two mistakes to win. Play for make breaks, one comes always score. If it hurts, you ain't breaks, we'll get you, double it up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our leading our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, through the game, tackle, this win it. Press you again, we're here for the first mate. Carry everybody, keep it there for 60 minutes.
And you have to not lose the game before you can ever win the game.
Oh my God, we should leave it at that.
Okay.
We should close with that. That is the mind blower of mind blowers.
Good.
I mean, if you're going to start, I think you start with Dolly Parton. She was on the Howard Stern show yesterday. I called in to a radio show for the first time in my life to try and let her know how much she does for the state of Tennessee. I got rejected. So maybe I'll get to say hello to her in person. The Kansas City Chiefs can have Taylor Swift all day.
Tony Swanson says, SJD, will you ever go back on the Talkin VAWLS network?
Ooh, I like Talkin VAWLS. I think that's Boogie Bentley running the show over there, man. That's he's awesome at what he does. We actually were trying to get on his show during their stream for charity. Ended up not happening just by nature of the schedules conflicting. But yeah, absolutely, we'll make that happen here in the near future. Boogie does an awesome job, and they do an awesome job over there on that platform. So yeah, without question, without question.
Welcome. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Joined by Coach Jay, the X Factor, Rocky Top Tom. It's a watch party. We're going to watch Tennessee Vanderbilt. Man, it wouldn't be a Talkin VAWLS stream if I didn't get the message. You need to go activate this account. Why do you have to, every time you use the ESPN app, you have to activate it? It's like I've used this same freaking, what are the little gimmicks called? What are these called, X Factor? The Roku. I've used this same Roku device to watch ESPN 8 billion times. But every time I go to start one up, we need you to go activate the account. Guys, come on in if this is your first time ever. We do these watch parties. Try to do them once a month. There's a watch party enthusiast tier. You want to be on the show, you want to chat, you want to hang out, the link is out for you guys to jump on here so you can get in where you fit in. But if you're just going to listen, if you're going to hang out, it's like watching the game with the boys. We're going to talk about anything and everything. We may talk about rap, beef, battles. That's what X has in store. We may talk about the EA Sports college football cover. We may talk about Elijah Herring going to Memphis. Who knows? We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But come on in, smash the thumbs up, share out the link. Nobody paid a door fee. That's all right. You guys are sneaking in the back door. I'll allow it. Coach Jay, take over. What's up, brother? I gotta activate this stupid account.
I was just actually watching the game, believe it or not. That escalated quickly. Way to start the game off, right? Good stuff. I'm doing good. How's everyone doing, man? I'm ready for it to be football season, though.
Same
I
here.
I love baseball. Don't get me wrong. I grew up playing baseball. I enjoy watching it. I think I prefer it when it's like the playoffs, or it like really matters. But I do love me some baseball, but it's all just just all appetizers and until the main course, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with
Yeah,
you.
I agree with you there, Coach. And honestly, it's actually kind of shocking. But after the kind of heartbreaking, disappointing loss after our basketball season, I've actually kind of been following a little bit of recruiting there as well. And
There
I
you
will say,
go.
yeah, I will say, I'm very impressed with what Rick Barnes is doing right now as far as recruiting. Like let's be real, he's pissed. Like he knew when we had Dalton Connect, he knew that was our one shot to the Final Four, maybe even winning a natty. And he's just on fire in the transfer portal right now, and I'm loving it.
I think next year's going to be great on
Mm-hmm.
basketball. It's going to be killer. I thought you were going to go in the softball direction earlier, though, when you started saying that, though, because they looked like they were going to pull it out yesterday after going down 2-0, but no, they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird too, for the ladies, because it's like they were on fire the whole season, and then here comes the SEC, like championship, and then they it's kind of just like, oh, we don't care, like we just kind of want to get to super regionals and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess the SEC championships are not on our minds as Tennessee fans, but to be fair, yeah, we're here for natties. That's what. And look, it's natty or nothing. I mean, it's been too long. It's natty or nothing.
What like the SEC basketball tournament, SEC baseball tournament? Does it matter? Like, what would you rather have? Would you rather have, like, especially like, look at basketball, SEC regular season champions? That means something, man. That means you're the best team in the conference throughout a body of work versus a team that gets hot at the right time. But that's why football is the greatest sport on earth. Like, it's the greatest sport ever because it takes consistency. It takes all year long. And the college football playoff, I know we harp on it. We talk about it all the time. You expand it too much, it's going to turn into baseball and basketball, and you're going to ruin the beauty, the pageantry of college football.
I'm with you 100%. No more playoff. Eliminate it. And if there's a tie between two teams at the top after the bowl season's over, then they can play and they can duke it out. Like, can you imagine if there were 2 or 3 different bowl games with undefeated teams in them?
We're never going backwards though. I don't mind the playoff. I don't mind the playoff. I don't want a 16-team playoff. I don't want to me, what are they going to expand to? 8? Is that what they've talked about?
Yeah, I think they said they're expanding to 8.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at 6. Give your top 2 a bye, let 4, play in. Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was going to attempt to push back. Not that I necessarily agree with the pushback, but I guess you could make an argument for, well, let's just take the BCS structure, the old structure, right? Or even right before the 4-team, or even the 4-team playoff. As soon as your team has, depending on the team, right? So let's just grab Kansas. Let's just grab Kansas for the fun of it, out of the ether here. Once Kansas loses a game in that structure, why are their fans watching? Why do they give a crap?
Yeah.
But if you expand the playoff, maybe they care a little more into the season after that point. It keeps more fan bases engaged.
Okay.
Is all I'm saying is it keeps more. I agree you're giving up some value in it, but does it keep more fan bases engaged and therefore widen the interest in college football?
Compare that to recruiting, right? I made a video talking about, the sky is falling because everybody's in panic mode because Steve Wiltfong goes out and says, hey, David Sanders had a great trip to Ohio State. They may be the front runner now. Well, guess what happens when Steve Wiltfong does that? Every single Ohio State fan is now engaged in David Sanders' recruitment. If everybody says, well, he's coming to Tennessee, well, we're the only fan base clicking on the articles. But if you include Clemson, you include Georgia, you include more fan bases, they engage. That creates clicks, that creates views. That's what the business is all about. Let me catch up with the chat real quick here. Carson's been a member for 10 months. We appreciate that. Carson also drops it's still not starring Super Chats. StreamYard has got to fix this. This is a problem. It wasn't that big of a deal on Tuesday night, but it's pissing me off now. Carson drops a $2 Super Chat, says GBO. Appreciate that, Carson. Angry Titan for $5 says OG of the door fee, pay up fools. Thank you, Angry Titan, for not only creating the door fee, but also sticking to it and paying your door fee. Shout out Angry Titan. Rolly season for 2. Talkin VAWLS. I like it. GBO boys. Look, we even got the old school Talkin VAWLS baseball logo up there. How about that? We've even got that included in the top corner. Rolly season has also been a member for 18 months. We appreciate that. Drunken Vol for $20 says, been a while. So here's a few door fees. Well, that's an Orange Boy. When you drop an Orange Boy, we play the clip. So here's the clip. Shout out Drunken Vol.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Appreciate that. We'll also update the leaderboard. Drunken Vol, which is what they call me on Tuesday nights. Top donation of the night. Appreciate the $20 Super Chat. Go ahead, Tom. You were going to chime in there on the playoff, the expansion.
Ooh. I would love it if they would go back to the way they used to do things, at least before even the BCS came out. I know there were a lot of people who were upset about it when their team wouldn't get selected for what was considered the championship game. But as far as the way things are now, there's a top few teams that are clearly going to be considered in that championship game at the end of the year, or there's maybe going to be a question every couple of years, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Like the year that LSU and USC split the title because USC played against Oklahoma, who shouldn't have even been there.
They didn't let them into the Sugar Bowl. All the Trojans and all the coaching staff and all the players and a lot of people around LA that time of year were wearing shirts that said got sugar, got F. They were a pretty awesome shirt concept. Whoever made them made a killing.
Was that towards the beginning of the BCS?
Yeah, I think
it was.
It was like no 90. Tennessee was the first BCS.
Yeah, that's right. Tennessee was the first one. So
yeah, that was like 2000, I think.
Yeah, it was like right after.
Yeah.
So, look, the bottom line is they're still getting it wrong. They're still screwing it up now. Georgia, FSU. Yeah. Like, are we going for best team or best resume? What are we doing, boys? Are we going by who's not got a hurt quarterback? Like, can you imagine running the table, going undefeated, and Hendon Hooker goes down with a knee injury, and you're not allowed in because Hendon Hooker's hurt? Are you kidding me? Like, it's not a one-man team. Like, oh gosh.
I mean, look, they haven't seen pissed off ball fans, but if that was to happen back during that 2022 season, you see a lot of pissed off ball fans.
Imagine Hendon goes down in the South Carolina game, but the outcome's different. Tennessee wins, and they say we're not allowing you in the playoff because your quarterback's hurt. We would have rioted. That's why everybody that said that I was crazy over the Florida State stuff, I said, what would you have done in 2022 if it was us? They would have been irate.
So imagine that, though. We're going to Atlanta if that's the case. I mean, that's happening, right? Because if we carry that momentum through from the South Carolina game, we go play Georgia in Athens, actually, hold on. We had already lost to Georgia.
We lost in Athens.
Does anyone think Joe Milton would have beat that Georgia team, though?
No.
Because I don't. Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. They wouldn't have been going to Atlanta, but they would have likely got into the college football playoff because they would have been a one-loss team, and that one loss would have been to the number one team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they would have snuck into the college football playoff unless they got FSU'd.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if we're doing the current format right now, we might have won a couple of championships before 98, but probably not, because back in the old days, they used to assign you the title game after the entire thing was over with. I mean, everything's over. They've handed out the Heisman. All the bowl games have been played. And in my system, if I'm dictator of the world, so vote for me, then we're going to play bowl season, and there's going to be 5 or 6 bowl games tops, and that's it. And whoever's undefeated at the end of it, they can have the title. And if there's 2 undefeated teams still after bowl season, then there's your national championship game. How about that? You want to talk about getting more people excited? That would probably bring some people in. Make bowl season special again. Yeah.
Jason in the chat, I think SEC Network Plus is the only place to watch tonight's game. Also, Lucas Sharp. I don't know why that name says what it says, but Lucas Sharp is here. Drops it out. Okay, Wolverine for 20. I mean, he paid $20. I might as well. Then Tony V and the boys finally get it done and bring home a natty. Well, let me play the clip first.
Rocky Top!
I don't know, man. It's so hard. Baseball is so hard. Are they going to stay? Are they going to be the hot team going into Omaha? They'll be in Omaha. I mean, look, they're the best team in the country, but do they stay hot? Does the pitching stay hot? Do the bats stay hot? It's such a baseball.
It's everything.
It's so generic, right? Because we all say it. Oh, it's just baseball. They lose a Tuesday night game to ETSU. It's just baseball. We all say it, but it's true, man. It's a weird game. It's not as your top teams aren't as far away, right? Like imagine Georgia playing ETSU in football. There's no shot. Baseball, ETSU has a shot, man.
Yeah, it's just like the basketball season.
How far ahead are you, Coach Jay?
The pitcher's warming up right now, or maybe just about to throw the first. Yeah, he's still warming up. Pitcher from Pasadena, California, by the way, PDL.
Oh, is that why you say? Is that
Tip
why
of the cat family? Yeah. That's why I was like, I'm from there too. Yeah.
Have you always lived in California?
No. I went from Pasadena area to New York City. Yeah, exactly. Manhattan from this area. And then from Manhattan, I went to like the Bay Area, Northern California. Then from the Bay Area, I came to Los Angeles proper in the city. And then after that, I moved to Kansas City. After Kansas City, I moved to Newport Beach, California. After Newport Beach, California, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee. And then after Nashville, Tennessee, I finally settled back in the San Gabriel Valley here.
There you go. So you ran out on California like 5 times, and then they let you back in all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's cool. I would love to see California. I've never been out there, but that would be
a beautiful place. We're trying our best to ruin it, but it's a beautiful place. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I've never been to Cali either.
Yeah, I hear it's about to slip off into the Pacific Ocean, though, for real, because it's on that massive fault line.
That's quite possible, I'm sure. It definitely is. I think where I am, though, I would be like technically having beachfront property all of a sudden if I survive the event itself.
Yeah, your property value and your insurance is going to go up through the roof.
Yeah, so the San Gabriel Mountains, the Angeles National Forest, I'm like right in the foothills. Like if I walked out my front door, I could line up the old 1-iron and knock it into the mountains. So
no way. If you pull a 1-iron out of the bag, you're topping it. There's no way you're making good contact with a 1-iron. Who are you, Phil Nicholson?
Boogie. Only me and God can hit the 1-iron.
I know.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Dude, I had a graphics arts teacher in high school. That he was like the cool teacher where everybody just sits around and talks all the time. He designed our backyard wrestling shirts and printed them for us. He was like a friend. We went and played golf my senior year of high school, and he had a driving iron, 1-iron, and he's like, he pulled it out of the bag, tried to hit it. Of course, it goes nowhere, and he's like, I hate this effing club. He's like, here, Bentley, you can have it. It's been in my bag ever since. Every now and then I'll pull it out and be like, everybody in the group, you want to try to hit it? Nobody can hit it. Nobody can hit the ball in the air.
You know what's funny about that is I think I learned to golf in like 7th grade physical ed, something like that, right? He decided to make everyone kind of learn to golf, and and then I'd go to the range with buddies, when I was like a freshman in high school or whatever. But I didn't know any better because I really didn't do it. But I pulled a 1-iron out, and man, I was clobbering the ball, and someone walked up and went, "What are you hitting?" And I showed them. They were like, "Wait, what the hell's wrong with you?" And I, since that day that I was crushing the ball with it, I've tried to hit it multiple times. And now that I know, like my mind won't let me do it anymore. So maybe ignorance is the trick to hit.
It's golf, man. It's golf. If you don't know, if you're just swinging, it's like when I first started playing, I hit a 3-iron all the time. Like I could hit my 3-iron, and then from 4-iron up to like 7 was trash, and then 8 up was good. But I could hit my 3, and then they came out with a little thing called a hybrid, and I started playing a hybrid. My 3, my 4 never comes out of the bag. I don't think I could hit it. I don't think I could hit it if I tried. Baseball's up 2-0. What happened? Did the leadoff hit a bomb?
Yep. Knocked it right out. And then a little like a shot over the first baseman's head, and pulled in the other run.
I almost forgot that we were live on air. I almost
You almost said something you shouldn't.
I almost said something about a recruit that I should not say.
Oh,
publicly.
yeah. Careful.
Wait, yeah, what's going on?
Oh no. That news will come at a later date.
Woo,
My boy from Pasadena needs to lock it up right now, though. He's in a little bit of trouble. Are you guys runners at the corners? No strikes?
Yeah.
Is that where you guys are? Okay, pitch
runners
9.
At the corners 0-1.
I'm almost
okay,
there.
so you're a little ahead of me, actually. Oh,
but that's okay because I can see the feed here. Actually, I'm gonna switch over to the feed that he's got going on because that's even quicker than this.
What are you switching to?
What you got pulled up there? If I can find it,
I can put the link in the.
Nice.
I'll post a link in the private chat. Do you not have SEC Network Plus?
No, I'm actually piggybacking off of my friend's account right now, and I think that's why it's lagging so far behind. The hell with it. Sorry. I know I shouldn't have said HE double hockey sticks with it. Yeah.
What did we were talking about this right before we went live? What did y'all think? Actually, X messaged me on Facebook. We were talking about it. The EA Sports College football cover dropped, and it's a montage. It's got everybody on it: Donovan Edwards, Travis Hunter, Quinn Ewers, front and center. But I think they're gonna do multiple covers. And if I was guessing, what they'll do is they'll have a cover for the Southeast, kind of like the football preview magazines, right? Remember when those were hot? Those were like, dude, I would go get those things the day they came out, and then I would get NCAA, and I would sit there and enter every single name manually. That was before some other sucker did it, and you could just download it. But I think they're going to be regional, so there'll be a Southeastern Conference, and maybe it will be James Pierce. Who knows? And I'm curious with those guys, with Ewers, with Edwards and Hunter being on that main collage cover, if maybe they won't be regional. Oh Lord, is the Vandy Whistler out about?
Yeah.
I can tell you though, I wanted to see UT versus Tennessee Juniors so bad this year instead of at Oklahoma. I wanted Texas to come to Knoxville their first year in the SEC. Welcome to real football, Texas. Just that head-to-head matchup. That rivalry sells itself. They could have a battle for the UT trophy every year or every other year. You take turns going back and forth. That is something, especially for my stepdad, because he graduated from grad school at Texas Austin. So that was always like a big thing for him whenever they'd play in basketball or baseball or whatever it is. But
Tom just completely changed the subject. How did we go from EA Sports College Football to Texas?
I'm random. Well, it's because Quinn Ewers is on the front of it, and he's a good football player. He's a good player. But
and to add to that real quick, I'll also let you know another quarterback that's not going to be in the game. Talking about Arch Manning.
I don't understand.
Said he wanted to opt out because he was too good to play.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's weird. Give him some Bronx booze.
Yeah. Or the reason why he said he wanted to opt out was because he wasn't the starter, basically. So I was just like, dude, like what?
Yeah. Well, he can go to UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs and he can play there.
There you go. Great school, by the way.
So when I saw Pulp Fiction and I saw the shirt that his characters got on, I had to have that baseball hat when I was in high school. I had to have it.
Yeah, that school's Santa Cruz in general is just a very interesting little beach community.
Yeah, I'm stoked about that NCAA football game, though. We got
Oh,
to
it's
get
going to be fun.
on a tournament. Absolutely.
I don't know what we're gonna do, man. I don't know. I talk about it every Tuesday night, and I still don't. I don't know how we're gonna do a dynasty. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it somehow, some way.
Well, I don't know if you can do a multiplayer dynasty. That'd be really cool. But you already have the Talkin VAWLS recruiting heavyweight championship belt, right? Coach Jay's holding that because the machines were,
that's right.
But,
I don't know that we need to come up with a championship belt for me to just hang in the background all the time. Because I don't lose. So I don't know that we need to do that. But if we do need to do that, we could do it. But it's got to be behind a paywall because, look, there's going to be a ton of people that want to be in it. So that's the only way to be fair about it. I just don't know if I want to do it on Patreon, if I want to create a membership. You can create a membership tier and limit it to 12 people, 15, whatever, however many people they can have on there. We could limit it to that. But the reason I like Patreon is because so everybody that joins the Patreon to be in the dynasty, they can like comment, right? So I can post and say it's week 3. And if Coach Jay is supposed to be playing Tom, then they can comment on that post and say, hey, when's a good time for you to play? We can schedule it. And then once we get rolling, everybody will have each other's gamer tags and all that stuff. So
yeah. I can't wait for it, boys. I'm excited.
Retro for 2, I'm confused about a RB2 being front and center on the cover. Edwards?
Yeah. That's what he's talking about.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know.
It is a little weird.
I know, and it's actually funny because like I went back to my Twitter page, and because I posted, I was like, man, I was like, no ball player or like somebody on the cover, and then somebody went back and they found the kind of zoomed out picture of it, and we're literally like on the right side in front of somebody's like arm or something. Like, hold on, but I'll send you the picture real quick.
Oh, I've got it right here. I've got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
It's on the. Oh no, I see the Tennessee helmet. Yeah.
It's on the right.
Let me take this out and let me share. This right here, so you can see it right here.
Yeah, right there. I was like, well, at least we're not like somewhere way up front. I mean, well, let's be honest, we'd rather be up front. So a lot of people were saying like, well, if you're not first, you're last. They said we're coming for that natty. So. But no, I mean this is cool. Like I said, it just gets me more excited for the game.
Rolly Season says, how do I join that? Well, first and foremost, we got to figure out what we're going to do. So if it's going to be on Patreon, I'll have to set up a Patreon account. It'll have limited number of people, so it will be first come, first serve, and we'll get you guys in there, and then we'll be off to the races. I'm leaning towards Patreon because a lot of times we do these watch parties. The NCAA streams immediately get privated, and what I can do is I can download those streams and then upload them. So say somebody wants to say, hey, I want to support Patreon for $5 a month. You'll get access to every single stream that gets privated. So any NCAA stream, any watch party that gets privated, all that stuff that gets privated, I'll upload it there, and then you can go watch it at any time. And then there will be a higher tier. I don't know what's fair, $10 a month, whatever it becomes. It'll be limited to 12, 20. If they let me have 100 people on the game, guess what? We'll have 100 people on the game. It's whatever the game itself maxes out at, and we'll set that up. And it'll be first come, first serve. I'll announce a release date that we're going to post it. I'll post it, and then it's off to the races. So it'll be fun. Cody Branch is in the house. What's up, Cody? Good old Nate Pruitt. I'm in. Man, y'all making me feel bad. Like, Nate is here every time the lights come on. Like, I don't want to be in a dynasty without Nate. It's like, how do you go about that? Am I going to have to show some favoritism? Cody Branch, I think, was the first person ever on a fan call-in show. Am I going to do a Talkin VAWLS dynasty without Cody? Oh, I don't know how to do this.
It can be tricky.
This is why I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. I have no idea.
Yeah, and then you got to pick teams, right? So that's the other part of it.
Well, it's okay, but you got till July to figure it out. So
I'm curious if we do even teams. You know what? Like the old games had even teams. So Carson says for $5, appreciate the super chat. $100 buy-in. Oh my gosh. I'm pro capitalism. I'm not mad at making money. I'll auction off those entry fees. What I'm definitely going to do is auction off game 1 of NCAA night. Every Tuesday night, game 1 or game 2, one way or the other. We're gonna play against a user, and that'll be fun. That'll be a way we can auction off. Michelle says, "Let me know if there's a lurker level." Michelle just wants to be on Patreon, just quietly watching.
Yeah. But I also want to forewarn you too, Bug. Like I said, coming from a gamer myself, I do want to wait till the bugs and stuff come out of this game because I already know there's going to be a bunch of people trying to hop online and trying to play, and it's going to be crash server here, crash lobbies here, so yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Brad says don't overanalyze it. Just roll and make changes as need be.
True.
Yeah, I mean that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. I'm excited though, man. It's gonna be fun. It's another way to like this. We're doing a watch party. What do we got? 76 people watching every Tuesday night. There's like 50, 60 people watching max. Guess what? That builds the community. That's the core of the Talkin VAWLS network. That just builds that community. It's the same names that you see in the chat on Tuesdays that you see in here tonight. That's what the Dynasty is going to be, a way to continue to build the community aspect of the Talkin VAWLS network. VFL Logan says, I would totally be down for a lurk. I guess lurker level would just be $5 a month to be on Patreon, and you can watch all the streams that get privated. We are going to do the national championship. We're going to stream it. Maybe we start, a Tuesday night with the national championship every year, something like that. I think that'd be fun.
There you go. That'd be cool.
If Coach Jay's playing against Tom, they come on here. I'll be kind of like the host. And first of all, I will never not be in the national championship. So let me correct that. Maybe Coach Jay is playing me in the national championship, or Tom's playing me in the national championship.
I didn't even get to play yet. I'm getting excluded now. No,
I'm just saying.
Them's fighting words.
I'm just saying. A buddy of mine told me one time. He said, "I've never played anybody on Madden or NCAA that after somebody plays you once, they're screwed." Because you figure out what they do, and then you stop it. Look, you guys watch me play the computer, guess what? I'm on cruise control because I don't care because it doesn't matter. But when you play a user, man, it gets different. Different. I'm excited, though. It'll be fun, man. It'll be fun.
Yeah. All right, I'll give you a tip. I'm going to run power.
Your tendencies just for that.
And I was about to say, we saw little schemes when you was playing against Jamal. We saw a little bit of scheme.
Yeah, that was BS, though. The more I look back, the more I think maybe Jamal was looking at StreamYard. I've never played somebody that was exactly in the spot that they were supposed to be every single play. Maybe I'm just that predictable. William says it's
Madden's
so
just different.
I don't know, William. I saw an entire VolQuest thread dedicated to me like the last 2 days. I'm not very likable. A lot of people hate my guts that have never met me. It's interesting. The internet's a weird place.
Well, they can go somewhere.
Very weird.
I've had 2 threads come up on VolQuest within the last 2 weeks that were just dedicated to me. And there were people that love me, and there was a roast session. It's very weird to see people that you don't know. I mean, if I passed them in Walmart, I wouldn't know them.
Do you reckon they're going to have the build your own playbook like they used to have, where you could select sets and you could make plays and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, are we going to be allowed to build our own playbooks? That's
I don't know,
question, right? Like, what are the rules?
Oh, I don't care what y'all do. Like,
Okay.
we do have to have some rules in place. But gosh, it's been so long. I've not ran a Dynasty in forever. I don't know if we should. I don't know if we need rules or not. Like, because I was in a Madden league and I ran it forever. Then I left, and then they invited me back, and they were like, "You scored 5 touchdowns and you were up 35-0. That's a problem in our Dynasty." I'm like, so
what? So it's like, what's the point of playing Madden then? Like, what?
That's weird.
But I ain't gonna lie, I hate Madden. Like, now I hate it. I only play it. I only play it sometimes if I get bored or whatever. But and same thing with 2K. Like, I get bored playing 2K.
Yeah.
I've not played. Like, I've got the PS5 and I never get to play it. The 4-year-old plays it all the time.
Yeah, mine's still sitting in my closet, unopened.
I still got Xbox One. I'm outdated.
Yes, sir.
You got
Look,
to you got
you
you
see
got to
it?
pick
Hold
that up.
on. You see
Hey.
the sign back there? Look, you see
I
it?
still have my 360 too. I could hook that up.
Okay. Okay.
Well, that's
there
what
you
I was
go.
playing 13 on until it finally died. That's when I went into panic mode. That's the night that I went and got Madden because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, my best buddy's got out at the hunting cabin. He's got the N64 with James Bond GoldenEye. That's where we really get down on James Bond and Mario Kart. Oh my gosh,
The wrestling games,
Mario Kart.
WrestleMania 2000.
Yep.
Mhm.
Those games
Absolutely.
were amazing.
Did you like Raw versus SmackDown on the PlayStation?
Everybody
Or-
talks about that game.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a better wrestling game than the N64 games. And now, like AEW kind of mimicked that engine. The new AEW game's good. The new WWE game that 2K, I think 2K is doing it. The new WWE game's really good.
The Knockout Kings games were good back on the 64 too. The boxing games, those were fun too.
I like the was it EA Sports that did it after the 64? Who did Fight Night? That was EA Sports, right? Those were
Yeah,
good.
it was.
Yeah,
it was.
Those were good.
I love Let's Get Ready to Rumble. Y'all played that boxing game?
Oh God,
Yeah.
what was that? Was that the Dreamcast?
Yes.
I think
yeah.
so.
My dad, because my dad got me the Dreamcast, and that's when I played Sonic Adventures on it, and I played the hell out of that game. I love Sonic.
I like Fight Night because it was realistic. Wasn't there a boxing game that was supposed to come out recently?
Yeah.
And then I
don't know what
did
happened
see-
to it though.
I
It got
never saw-
submarined or something.
Love boxing. Like I don't like the UFC games because the grappling is so like
Yeah.
you can't do jiu-jitsu in a video game and it be authentic. Whereas boxing, you can get boxing pretty close.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
could always use
Yeah.
Anderson Silva and just knee kick people right to the chin.
Sean
Yeah.
Holt says, "Y'all old."
That's a fact.
Don't put JK. We are old. We are old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, getting up there. I know, but also my favorite game on the PlayStation 2 back then was NBA Jam. That was that
That's
was my
classic.
favorite.
Well, you don't need a PlayStation 2 when you got the arcade one-up. I'm so excited.
There
One
you
thing
go.
I like about the dungeon is I've got more room, so I can probably sneak 2 to 4, maybe 4 more arcade one-ups in there.
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking X-Men. The X-Men left to right
X-Men's
beat 'em
solid.
up is a good
Yeah.
one.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
They've got NFL Blitz. Thinking about NFL
Blitz was a
would be
great
fun one.
game.
Oh,
The
You
Blitz
should
was
get
awesome.
1943 or 1942, whatever that British airplane game was at the old arcades. Y'all remember that one?
Yep,
You go into an
sure
arcade,
do.
had the old P40, or well, no, it wouldn't have been a P40. What would have been? That was an American. That was P40 Mustang. It would have been a Spitfire. Yeah.
Yep.
In the game, what isn't it? 1942. Isn't that the game you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, it was an arcade game. That was one of the coolest, man. You get to blow up Nazi trains and all that kind of stuff.
I don't know that that's. I doubt that's on arcade one up anywhere.
You could do that little loop-de-loop move where if they shot rockets at you, because the Germans had rockets in World War II, then you could avoid the rockets and all that. Yeah. Oh, that was a great one. Spent so many dollars on that one. My
Dude.
granddad used to take me to the arcade here in town.
Baseball fans are tuning in. They're like, "What is this crap? This is what
Oh,
we
yeah.
do on watch parties. We don't talk about baseball." Look, Walmart.com.
There you go.
Less than
Nice.
$400, man.
There you
Less than
go.
$400.
There you go.
Babe, it's only $400.
Mom, meatloaf.
Just saying.
Dude, look at that. It's even got the stickers for the coin slot. That's some arcade one up added like a
There you
plastic
go.
slot
There you
piece
go.
that goes on the front that looks like the coins. And I've seen hacks, and I need to look at it. There's hacks where you can put LEDs behind it so the coin slot actually lights up red.
Oh,
Look
that's
at that.
cool.
That'd be
that
cool.
art looks cool. That looks pretty small though.
Yeah, it
That,
looks
that
kinda
almost
small.
looks
Yeah,
like
right
it looks
there
like
it
a
does.
looks like an arcade one up without the riser.
Hmm.
Still cool though. Nate Pruitt.
Nate
Not
Nate
even
said,
watching the game.
"I'm
I'm just
watching
hanging out
y'all."
with the boys.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what we here
We're
for,
up 2 to
baby.
nothing, all right? We're up 2 to nothing. There you go. There's your update.
Yeah, I try to keep the score up there, so I get it, man. I get it. But if you've ever, I've said it a million times. This is inspired by the Rogan Fight Companions, where people would scream at them all the time. You all aren't even talking about the fights, but guess what? If there's a knockout, everybody screams and yells and goes nuts. Same thing. Somebody hits a bomb, we're gonna scream and yell and go nuts.
Yeah, speaking of fights and stuff, hey, we got that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight coming up.
Give me Jake Paul.
And Boog, I'm gonna be real, man. Something tells me they're gonna give it to Jake, and I hate it. Because something.
Let me tell you something. If it's a real fight, it's going to Jake. If it's fake, it's going to Mike Tyson. Father Time is undefeated, bro. Father Time is undefeated. Coach Shea, were you on here the last time we had this argument?
I think I was. Yeah.
You took.
I'll tend to go with. Well,
I don't remember who you took. I don't remember the conversation.
It's a tough one for me. I mean, shoot, how many pounds does Mike have on him? A bit.
Go ahead and say the words. Puncher's chance.
Yeah. It's just tough when you get that old. No matter.
That's a Vanderbilt.
No matter how good you can look in a sparring session in a clip.
Hit
a home run. Yeah.
Hitting pads. But look, Mike Tyson looks deadly hitting pads.
Yeah, anyone can look good hitting pads, though. That's just
and he even said too, like he said,
Katie Taylor looks super deadly hitting pads. You know, it's not that she's not a good boxer. It's just hitting pads is hitting pads.
Oh yeah, and then like he even said too, like he was just like, well, right now he said I'm scared. He said when I get very scared, I get very nervous. And then he was like, but the closer I get into the ring, I'm an animal. I'm a monster. I like, you know what I'm saying? And just think about that's kind of scary though. Like the fact, and it's even in his documentary, because I was watching his documentary, a couple of years ago. But yeah, he always used to say before his fights, he was always just scared and nervous. And then the more he kept getting closer and closer to the ring, he just turned into just a berserk animal. So
it's like Tito Ortiz used to like cry and throw up before every fight, and then he would go out there and ground and pound dudes into oblivion. Like I can't imagine. Like I've trained and I've sparred and I've done everything. I've never actually been in the cage or in a fight, and it's like I can't imagine the nerves knowing. All right, I'm about to go out and fight this dude. That you're talking about professionals. You're talking about the top of the top. Like they're training just as hard as you're training, right? It's not like I'm gonna fight some dude that's never trained before. It's like you're fighting the best of the best. I see the chat. Everybody in the chat's going with Tyson because they think it's 1987, but guess what? It's not. Tyson's a grandpa. It's like give me Jake Paul, man. I'm telling you, and you'll know when you watch that fight. Was it Tyson and Roy Jones Jr.? That was fake as crap. That was not a fight.
Bad.
Yeah,
that was so
really
fake.
Bad.
And if this is fake, if it's a joke, you're gonna know it. Can Tyson knock him out 100%? 100%. Puncher's chance means something, but
yeah, believe me, guys. I mean, trust me. I want Tyson to win as much as you guys do. I really do. But I'm agreeing.
I'd prefer him to win. Yeah.
Well, it's just a payday for Mike. That's all it is. It's a payday for Mike. And it's for Jake Paul to get all the glory of saying, "Oh, I finally fought a real boxer." And it's like, yeah, a 50-year-old Mike Tyson.
Brad, you've never been in a fight. Brad, have you ever trained combat sports? There's no way you've ever trained combat sports if you think Tyson wins in 3 rounds. I trained with college wrestlers. They come in and it's like, oh, I don't have a prayer. Like if you come in as a college wrestler, all of a sudden you may be a white belt, now you're a blue belt. If you're a blue belt, you're a purple belt because you're young. And all these old dudes that have been training in jiu-jitsu for 20 years, guess what? Now you're going to have your hands full because age is a thing. That's why I love training with older guys, man. Like there's nothing like training with a 40 or 50-year-old dude that has nothing to prove and no ego, and he can just come in and train, get a good workout, and go home versus those college kids, they're on another level. I'm telling you, there's no way. Y'all are crazy. I don't know why I talk combat sports with people that have never trained combat sports because all it does is make me mad.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, but I'm
you
right
boxed, didn't you box, Coach Jay? I thought so.
Yep. So from 9 years old to 16 years old, I did. Golden Gloves, open division. So I made open division when I was right as I was about to turn 16, which is when you start fighting anyone in your weight class. So meaning men, and you figure out how not tough you are really quick when you're feeling good about yourself and made it to that level, and you're like, all right, man, I'm the business, and then they're like, okay, well, you're open class, you go fight a 28-year-old man that weighs 140 pounds, and then you
Huge
figure out real
difference.
quick you're not as tough as you thought you were. And it was cool. Like it was cool. I had a lot of fun doing it. But as a young 16-year-old man can get a little distracted by girls and other things at that age. Coach Jay wasn't long for it. Boxing takes a ton of dedication, as I'm sure all y'all are aware.
Oh yeah, man. For both of them.
Yeah, anyone. So I know it's a little controversial, and I know they have beef, but anyone here like Teddy Atlas talk about how Tyson has never won a fight?
I've never seen.
So he, and obviously, and what he says is there was never a time where Tyson was in a fight where the fight was a fair fight and he had to bite down and then he won. Every time he was challenged, he lost.
Oh, he's bit down. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's bit down.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying though. Like all
sure.
those fights, like those Evander fights, where it's like, you had to bite down and pull out a win when it was the sledding was really tough. He never had a win like that in his career. I got looking at it, and I don't know. There was a little something to it, but when he was in his prime, he was just such a wrecking force.
He was an animal.
Hard to know.
Man. Just go right after you.
Yeah.
And he won so many times before he ever stepped in the ring. Like, just because he was so dominant. So dominant.
Yeah.
Wayne's in the house. What's up, Wayne? Wayne says it's an exhibition, too many rules and stipulations. Yeah, that's exactly. It's a sport.
Are there?
I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the distance and it goes to the scorecards.
Yeah, and they give it to Jake.
Paul wins by decision, and it's like blah blah blah. And it's
all.
I won't pay for it. I'll be on YouTube the next day.
Hey, so Coach, I said I know you like to kind of gamble a little bit. So look. You know what to do, Coach. Put that parlay in. You know what to do.
Get that parlay going. There you go.
Put that parlay in.
There you go. I will. And Wayne, Paulo Creed died during an exhibition fight. All right, put some.
This is supposed to be an exhibition.
Throw the towel.
Exactly.
Throw the towel.
Exactly.
Throw the damn towel.
Yeah. Okay.
Throw the damn towel.
I got my Apollo Creed action figure right over here. Right over there. Oh man.
Yeah. It is all on Rocky that his buddy died. It's absolutely on him.
I want to go out that way. Don't throw the towel. Let me go out on my shield. Let me die. Let me die the way I want to go out.
Hey, as I say, well, Boogie, look at Dauber, be like, throw the towel. Throw the damn towel.
Dauber's over in the corner and drinking rum and Coke. He's like,
right.
I don't even have a towel.
What?
He's Uncle Polly. He's Uncle Polly over there, just family.
We love you, Dauber. We love you.
Oh, that's great. Wherever you are, Dauber, that was a good one.
Man, if boxing was only like Rocky, it'd be epic.
Can you imagine them
with a lot of brain damage?
Yeah. Has anybody ever seen that? What was his name? The fighter. He went into WWE for a little while after his boxing career or his ultimate fighting career was over. Don Fry versus Yoshihiro.
Yeah, where they just stand in the corner and beat the crap out of
them. They just grab the back of each other's heads with their left hands, and they just absolutely maul each other for about, I don't know, a minute or so. And then they get a break, and then they go do it again.
Man, me and my best friend have an inside joke about Don Fry because we went to the Arnold Classic in Ohio. Like, we went a couple of years in a row. It's like a big sports fitness, like whatever. And Don Fry was there. And so he's like, man, that's Don Fry. I got to get my picture with him. And so, like, he's got his phone out. And Don Fry's sitting there, and it's like he's trying to put it in selfie mode. It's taking forever. My poor butt. Like, if you just knew my best friend, he's such, man, love his heart. He's special. Don Fry just looks at him and goes, I'm dying a slow and painful death here, kid. Can we get this over with? So anytime we talk about Don Fry, it's I'm dying a slow and painful death.
That's great.
So funny. But he got a picture with him. Funny stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, that fight, though, was epic. Just toe-to-toe, slugfest.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that in fighting ever. I've
Have you
people
seen
try to
the
figures, but
Hagler Hearns fight?
The who?
Hagler Hearns fight.
No, but I'm gonna bookmark
Go
it.
do yourself a favor and go watch that fight on YouTube.
Did you just see the Justin Gaethje Max Holloway fight? Did you see that in the UFC?
You know what? I didn't. I missed. I've seen highlights from it, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
It was the last 15, 20 seconds. Max Holloway's like right here, middle of the ring. Let's go. And then they just slug. Knockout 1 second on the clock. Holloway knocks him out. Like epic stuff. Like, has there ever been a KO in the last second of a fight ever? That had to be the only time it's ever happened. Has to be. I didn't watch the whole fight, so I don't know.
The last second of the fight?
Yes. Like toe-to-toe, 20 seconds left. They start slugging it out, and boom, drops him.
I feel like there's a famous fight, and God, I can't remember who it is. It's a black and white reel. You can find it if you look up greatest boxing comebacks and list. But there's a black and white fight where, it's like a 15-round fight where this cat gets knocked down 3-4 times, and he comes back. The other guy knocks him down 3 or 4 times. And then he comes back, knocks the other guy down 5 or 6 times. And then in the final 10 seconds, the other guy knocks him out, in return. And it's crazy. And the fight would have been stopped after the 3rd round, in modern fighting. But, it was the 50s when no one cared. So
CTE wasn't a thing. CTE didn't exist back then.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Logan, that Rory McDonald. I was starting to say Rory McIlroy. I thought I was gonna go to golf. Rory McDonald, Robbie Lawler. One of the best fights ever. Yeah, Lawler and McDonald. That fight. Oh my gosh, that was an epic fight. I don't watch enough MMA anymore. I used to be so deep into it when I was training jiu-jitsu all the time, and then even in the early Ultimate Fighter days, Ultimate Fighter season 3, Tito. That was when I really started getting into MMA.
Or when Chuck Liddell was fighting.
I hated Chuck Liddell because I was a Tito guy.
Okay.
But then Chuck dominated Tito. So anytime I could see Rashad Evans knock out Chuck Liddell, I celebrated those little wins.
There you go.
My best friend growing up.
Tito got his redemption in a retirement match. He finally beat Chuck Liddell, and that's what Mike Tyson's going to look like coming up here in just a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you one brother that he definitely needs a win. We talking about wins and losses, and that's definitely Conor. Because he's supposed to come back a win. I think his next fight is pretty soon. I think it's this summer or something. But I don't know who he's fighting. But either way, he needs a win bad. Because if he takes another L, he's done. Do
you really need a win though when you got billions of dollars?
Probably.
Probably not. But like I said, we can all be real. He made off of that from Floyd. Because he made all that money when he went to go fight Floyd, and then we were all sitting there thinking bro, there's no way you're stepping to the boxing match with Floyd Mayweather. There's no way. And it was a decent boxing match, but it's we all knew he was in it for the money. He even knew he was I'm not gonna beat this dude. I'll put up a fight, but I'm still gonna lose.
I thought he did better than I expected. He did better than I expected, but then I also questioned: is this a real boxing match? Is Floyd screwing around? Right. And then it's all right, let me go ahead and knock this dude out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why he has.
Wait, I have one comment. Yeah, Floyd just walked him down flat-footed and didn't fight like Floyd fights in that fight, right? So
if you go back,
one of, if not the greatest of all time.
I think he just wanted to prove hey, everyone thought Conor's a big puncher, but I can walk through him. It's just kind of that moment.
Well, yeah, that's because Floyd Mayweather's one of the best counter punchers ever.
If
somebody's going to come after him, he's just going to sidestep a swipe and he's going to catch you under the jaw. That's it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. His fighting tactic is a little boring for me because, like I said,
extremely boring.
I want to see blood.
He's a counterpoint fighter. That's what he is.
So X, have you ever watched his first 25 fights highlights?
It's been a long time.
Go do it. Go YouTube Floyd's first 25 fights. They're 2 different fighters. It will blow your mind because he started at 1 128, 130.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I heard,
ended at whatever, like 160 or 154, whatever he ended at. But in those years when he was like fighting Diego Corrales and when he was young, he
yeah, they say
he
he was an
he was
animal.
not, he was not Philly Shell.
Oh
He
yeah.
was
Like,
whooping people's ass and knocking them out. Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, like he was definitely more offense than he is defense
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Probably maybe the best like 135er ever, Floyd.
Hmm.
Like if you just stopped at that, like just that his time in that weight division,
Yeah.
man, he was
It's
tough at
just
that weight.
I wish we
You
would
know
have
who
got
I still
Floyd
wish was
and
around though?
Manny Pacquiao in their prime. I wish we
Yeah,
would've got
yeah,
that
yeah,
fight.
yeah.
And it's kind of like, Anderson Silva and GSP. You never
That'd have been
got that
great.
fight. And I think it's
Mhm.
because it's like they wanted it, but did they really want it? You
Right.
think you're the best? Do you really want to fight a guy that could be the best? I mean, look at what, golly, my knee just popped big time. I'm so old. This is why I can't train jiu-jitsu anymore. I twisted my knee the wrong way and it snapped. Like look what Chael did to Anderson Silva. And yeah, he lost the fight.
Mm-hmm.
GSP would have not let that arm in and got choked out. That would have I think GSP would have beat Anderson Silva 100%.
Yeah. And a lot of people saying that Floyd too was trying to avoid Pacquiao in his prime because Pacquiao really wanted to fight him. He was like, "Hey, dude."
When they fought, I think
long time.
didn't Pac-Man have a shoulder injury too? And they were so far past their prime when that happened.
Yeah.
But I think he had a shoulder injury
I
Yeah,
think Pacquiao was running for office out there, wasn't he? By the time they finally fought
in the Philippines. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I just
Yeah.
wish Kimbo was still around. I know he wouldn't be fighting anymore, but I mean, the way my best buddy used to have a Kimbo video every day.
We're gonna start this again.
Oh
Kimbo
man,
fight.
Y'all gonna put me
the
on
dude's
blast.
eyeball is hanging
Boogie
out
versus
his
Kimbo.
pocket, or, just yeah.
Oh,
People
man.
think they're tough and they go backyard brawl versus Kimbo and they take 3 punches and they're done.
He was such a fake though. He such a
Oh
fake.
no, come on.
That dude comes in and takes Kimbo down, and all of his buddies pick him up and like, no, you can't, no takedowns. Takedowns are cheating. Go be a boxer, Kimbo.
I was
Like
about to say,
freaking. Oh,
I've
God.
already discussed this with Boogie on one of the streams.
Well, for the
Roy
UFC
Nelson,
style,
laid on top of Kimbo and went,
Yeah.
"You can't get up. You can't
You
get
want
up."
to you want to see something awesome though? He did all those backyard brawl videos, right? And then
Exactly. Wait, say that again. Say that
he
again.
fought this.
Say that again. What he did? What?
He did all these backyard
Yeah.
brawl videos.
Professional fighter. No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But something that was extremely entertaining though was he ran into this Irish guy in I guess it was an organized fight, but it was just one of those things where they said, y'all just go at it. And they went at it for a long time. I think the video is probably 20-some minutes. I mean, they went the distance just punching each other in the face. And I think the Irish guy won, but I mean, they absolutely beat the heck out of each other. And it was something else.
I actually like Kimbo. Like when Kimbo came on The Ultimate Fighter, like he earned my respect. I'm like, I like this guy. Like it's a gimmick, like the Street Fighter, the Thug, all that. Like it's a gimmick. Yeah. Like he was a good dude. He won me over, and I wanted to see him have success. MMA is a different animal, man.
It's a whole different.
You can't just be a stand-up guy. You got to train jiu-jitsu. Wrestling is the most important martial art for MMA. Period. Hands
like
down.
Going from linebacker to offensive line, man. It's like welcome to the real world.
Oh. Coach Jay's out. He's like muted, gone.
Oh,
that's the only reason you said that, because he's not here to defend himself.
Hey, dirtiest player in the game, man. Dirtiest player in the game.
And speaking about moving positions and everything, did y'all see, like saying, where the Patriots are considering Joe Milton to move to tight end?
Yes.
Look, I saw that, but I also
put him
heard
at wing back.
Put
him at wing back. Yes. Give him the ball 10, 12 times a game and see if he doesn't give you 100 yards and a touchdown.
I mean, they see something on his film that they're like, hey, we can work with that. And for whatever God reason it is, I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know how a guy that doesn't like contact plays tight end.
I know.
Yeah. See, I saw that too. Mind Empowerment says Milton said that is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Weren't there a couple of glimpses in his career, though, even going back to his freshman year at Michigan, where you would see something that is like, man, if he wanted the contact,
yes,
and wanted to be the guy that delivered the blow instead of the guy that is thinking about whether he wants to deliver or take the blow. You know, he's like, I don't know if I want to play or not. If he just had gotten the balls to do it, man, there were a couple plays where he absolutely ran people over, and he could.
It's when he got clowned. Like when that Texas A&M kid like clowned him in the second quarter. He came out the third quarter of that Texas A&M game a different person.
Yeah.
That's when he sought out physicality, but otherwise he shied away from it.
Yeah. And in the Alabama game too, I thought he was going to get a flag for talking some trash with an Alabama defender. I can't remember who it was, but I mean, he was looking like he might have gotten a little bit of a penalty. Luckily he didn't. That was about the only thing that the refs didn't call the wrong way that night. But you know, hey, nobody's talking about the refs. But
man, they should make them sit in front of the media and answer questions, huh?
Facts. Yeah. And Boogie, I've been saying that, not just even with college football, but just all sports. Like even the NBA, NFL, dude, like when are you going to come to a point where you hold the refs accountable? Because look, coaches and players have to do it. Like, hey, what did you think about that foul or that flag?
Why did you call this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Point that question at the refs. Why did you throw the flag? Why did you call this foul? Like, what's up? Let them be accountable for it.
And I remember when
the bobbleheads on display. You see this? You know who that is?
Andy Kelly.
Andy Kelly's not black for starters.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Tennessee guy next to him in general. Just
that would be Peyton Manning. The greatest linebacker of all time, Ray Lewis. Peyton Manning. Darrell Green. Like this is all because I'm cleaning off all the shelves I've got over here. So
nice.
John Smoltz. As a Redskins fan, I own a New York Giants bobblehead because I loved Eli Manning. Okay. Check this one out. This is the guy that I thought was going to be the hero. I thought this was going to be the savior of Redskins football. Look at that smile. He's like, oh, man.
That's when I stopped watching Redskins football there, where they gave up 2 draft picks just to get RG3 so they could run the ball in the NFL with a spread option. And they had success with it that first year. And everybody's like, oh, you can run the spread option in the NFL. Next year, boom, put 9 guys in the box.
Let me get full screen, Bug. Since we showing talent over here.
Dude, if RG3 had stayed healthy, he could have been good.
All right, so like I said, obviously you got right there, you got the GOAT, Michael Jordan. You got the second
fake GOAT.
You got right next to it, the second GOAT, right next to it, LeBron. Above him is
you spelled
the
Kobe
actual
Bryant.
GOAT, Kobe.
You spelled Kobe Bryant wrong.
I you know what's funny, Coach? I try to find a Kobe Bryant Funko Pop. They have them, but they don't have.
I have one.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find one. And then above LeBron is Mike Tyson. Right next to him is Ali. So I got Muhammad right there.
You're gonna move Tyson when Jake Paul knocks him out? I'm just curious.
Nah. Okay. That's my other GOAT. And then up there, right above MJ, is Derrick Henry. I got a Derrick Henry pop. Even though I know he's a Raven now, I don't want to hear all the trolling and stuff. But yeah.
My bobbleheads show off what fantasy football was all about. Ray Lewis was my guy in fantasy football. Eli Manning, Darrell Green. I guess Ray Lewis is probably the only. I was a big Hines Ward fan because of fantasy football.
Right.
Bleed orange for 20. That's an orange spot. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top.
Says, what up, Vols fam? Go base Vols, beat Vandy. Boom, boom, fee. Appreciate it, brother. Tennessee up 3-1. Let's see. Somebody said, Ben in the chat said, so what's going on with the game? I don't know if he's mad or not. This is what watch parties are. We the game's on. The score's on the screen. You can.
There's a picture warming up. What do you want? He's throwing sidearm and he's warming up.
He's throwing the cheese in the bullpen over there. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
This is what watch parties are all about. We talk about anything and everything. Usually me and X go down a road of Batman and superheroes. You never know what's going to come up on a watch party. But
which also too, because in my collection back here, I got a bunch of Marvel heroes, and I got some anime back there, and The Walking Dead and stuff. So yeah.
how many Walking Dead Funkos do you have? Because I got almost all of them.
So, okay. So I had two. I had Ezekiel from from the Kingdom, but I ain't gonna lie, I kind of got rid of him. But over there though, the one, right there. I mean, that's my prized possession. That's where me and my girlfriend, we went down to Atlanta. We went to the to a Comic-Con convention down there, and so he was gonna be down there. And I told her, I was like, babe, I was like, we gotta go see him. And like, hold on, I'll grab it real quick.
Oh yeah!
Don't look at. Oh look! Oh man! X actually has pants on.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah. So he
That's
autographed
awesome,
it,
man.
Yeah. He autographed it and everything, and it's crazy because I went down there and I bought this because it was only like I think $30 or $40. But yeah, I mean he's really cool, man.
I think that Funko is actually worth a lot more than $30 now too. I think it's a hard one to find. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like they're stupid, pointless pieces of plastic. But if you get the right ones, they're worth money. But I don't want to keep them in the box. I open them. I want to open them and display them and look at them. And then it's like I throw the box in the trash. And then now it's like, well, it's worth $150 if you got the box.
Right.
I don't have the box.
Yeah, but yeah, Norman Reedus was cool, man. Like I said, and then even Boog, like I said, there's one coming up in Knoxville pretty soon. I mean, I know if we didn't had to cover, football and everything, I was about to say you can come with me. And actually, last year there was actually a few wrestlers that were there too. I think you would have enjoyed.
Was Jim?
So what I want to know is on the bottom is that Simba or Mufasa?
Oh, on the very bottom over here, yeah. So I got Simba right there, Mufasa right next to him, and then also, and then from the live action Lion King, there's another Simba one from the live action movie. It looks a little weird, but I bought it just because the Lion King is my favorite Disney movie.
There you go.
So yeah, and then like I said, then it goes into anime and a few video game characters, and of course Marvel. Now me and Boog can definitely go down that rabbit hole, but
I have more Batman Funko Pops than X has entire Funko Pops right there on display.
Oh yeah,
I'm an idiot. Brad drops a 20 spot. That's Orange Boy. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
He says, is Anthony Edwards a son of Michael Jordan? Go Big Orange. I don't understand NBA jokes, so you NBA fans can take this joke. Is it a joke?
Well, okay, so they're comparing his athleticism to Michael Jordan, and not gonna lie, like kind of in the face, he kind of slightly looks like Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh yeah, that's his son. Like, no. But rumor had it though was that back in the day, when Jordan was playing and stuff, that I think he allegedly, cheated on his first wife and had a kid by another woman somewhere. We don't know her name. But yeah, that's why they keep speculating that Anthony Edwards is his kid. But then before that though, they were saying that Jimmy Butler was his kid. So
allegedly,
yeah, allegedly.
Wade Rouse for 5. Appreciate the super chat. Go Vols. Let's win a College World Series this year. Also, if y'all good, whisper a prayer for me and the wife. We have a super tough week next week. We would appreciate it. Glad to do it, Wade. Hope everything goes your way, man. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers. Same goes out for Nate. I know Nate said earlier he was having some rough times, so keep Nate in your prayers as well. Appreciate the super chat, Wade. Appreciate the super chat, Brad. Top of the 4th, 1-2 count, 3-1 good guys. Man, it's weird to think that Tennessee, like Vanderbilt, they were the Georgia of college baseball, and Tennessee won 7 straight games. 7 straight games against Vanderbilt.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got their number.
Tony V just got to keep the streak going, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to keep it going.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What do they got? They got this weekend, and then they got another series next weekend. Then we go into the SEC tournament, and then it's off to the postseason. We may do another watch party. I forget how much fun these are. How much fun watch parties are. It's like I don't have to prepare. I don't have to think. I don't have to put notes together.
It's just off the fly, baby.
Just jump on here and shoot the bull with the boys. I love it.
Yep. Yep.
Brad's exactly right. They're losing the NIL game. Yeah, they don't have the advantage anymore in recruiting.
Makes sense.
Yet another thing I despise about the slush fund, which has become paying players on the table. Sorry, I know it's an unpopular opinion nowadays, but they got to keep them amateur athletes, man. Keep them amateur.
But I'm happy they're getting paid, though. That's just the bottom line. I'm just happy.
Tom wants to go back to no NIL. He wants to play bowl games with no postseason.
So Tom wants to be a Nick Saban, don't he?
He wants to go back. He wants to go back to the 1980s.
We want to go back before Nick Saban. Yeah, no. But I really would like it though if it to settle the whole thing before it got out of bed. Is that if the colleges that make hundreds of millions of dollars off of merchandise, marketing these players and marketing their likeness and all that kind of stuff, just profiting from it, if they had set up something for the athletes of all the sports, and football is going to pay for all of it, okay, at the major colleges, they could fund all of this. You're going to pay for not just the scholarships, but if somebody gets a career-ending injury and it ruins their draft stock for whatever sport they're playing, you absolutely are going to give them some kind of a stipend because you made hundreds of millions of dollars and they're part of it. I mean, that's if you're going to propagandize yourself as caring about the kids and caring about their futures and, well, we're all a family and this and that, like what Heupel is actually doing with this team.
Right.
But what those other colleges talk about doing, and then they actually just turn their backs on them, like what the NFL Players Association had been struggling with the NFL for 7 years with their medical. That would have been the one way to fix all of it, and we wouldn't see kids getting paid who are supposed to be amateur athletes to promote them being a student first. It's just
you know what's funny about it though is the name, image,
and likeness.
And it goes back to the Ed O'Bannon lawsuit, and that's why NCAA football went away. We went from talking about, okay, kids getting a little bit of pay for their name, image, and likeness to $1.5 million deals, $8 million deals. It's like look at the NCAA game. You're going to get, what is it, $600? I think it is. All right, we're going to give you $600 to use your name, image, and likeness. Now we're going to give you $8 million because you're the best quarterback in the country. And I'm not mad at it because I think it's helping Tennessee. I think Tennessee is benefiting from name, image, and likeness. I think we have an advantage now. Black Metal Banjo for 5 says, did you all hear about Boise State not allowing incoming freshmen to receive NIL? They're going to struggle in recruiting. I guess that's all there is to it. I mean, I've not heard that, but you're going to struggle recruiting if you're telling freshmen you're not going to get paid. You're not going to sign any top guys.
Didn't Brian Kelly get into some hot water recently? Somebody said something in a chat room the other day. I was watching that he said something about not paying a kid that wanted to get a bunch of money or something. And I don't like Brian Kelly. I think he's a horrible person, actually, on a personal level. But
horrible person, good coach.
He's right. He's absolutely right. Boogie, I think you had said something a while back in one of the videos, probably a year or more ago, that they should be spending more money on the kids that are going to be 4th or 5th year returning kids that are starting for their 2nd or 3rd year instead of paying this incoming freshman something like an Arch Manning, proven, hadn't taken a snap, going to get millions.
I've gone on and on and on about returning Cooper Mays, returning Spraggs, returning Campbell. Like, people don't want to talk about that. They want to say, oh, we missed on this guy and this guy in the class of 24. And I'm like, yeah, you missed on those guys, but you also brought back a freaking veteran center, a veteran tackle, a veteran guard. And then look at the defensive line. When you talk about the best defensive line in the country, I mean, that defensive line is loaded. And I was somebody, Culberson, he's not in the chat tonight. I'm not seeing him in the chat tonight, but he had messaged me on Instagram and he was like, man, is Georgia as good as I think they are? He's like, I know you were talking about Georgia and how they were a 17.5-point favorite over Tennessee and how you're basically chalking it up to a lot. And I'm like, yes, Georgia is that good. Why? Because they are loaded with 5-star after 5-star after 5-star. But when you're talking about our defensive line, and you want to call it the best in the country, do you think a Georgia fan cares or knows anything about Elijah Simmons or Omar Norman Lott or David Hobbs or Jackson Moy, they probably aren't familiar with those names. They know James Pierce, right? That's the name they know. They may know Omari Thomas because he's been around. They may, but we're talking about I'm saying they're the best defensive line in the country, but the name recognition may not be there. But Tennessee is so freaking deep. They're so deep. There's got so much talent, 3 deep. That's why they're the best defensive line in the country. And I think it's the same thing when you look at Georgia. We may not know the second string or the third string, but guess what? They're stacked and they're loaded and they're deep. That's why they're the best in the country. I don't even know how did I get on that tangent, but here we are.
I don't know if the defensive line actually is going to be the best in the country this year. Better watch out because that can account for a lot. That can account for a lot.
This is a good question, and I talked about it in a James Pierce video recently. Brendan Crandall, member for 32 months. That is a long time. He's an OG. He says chances of us getting back-to-back NFL #1 draft picks, GBO. We're talking about James Pierce in 2025 being the #1 overall draft pick. So let's go down the panel. We'll start with Coach Jay. X chime in, Tom chime in. First, what does James Pierce have to do to be a #1 draft pick? And then Nico, 2026 NFL draft. Is he the #1 pick?
Yeah, I think for James, I think he's got to build on what he did last year, #1, right? If he's going to be the #1 draft pick, you have to see a couple things out of him. You've got to see him lock down the run a little more consistently, and not that a lot of it was his fault last year. They ran a lot of double teams against him. They ran away from him a lot last year. Every now and then they would try to run, like a little backdoor trap underneath him or something like that. He could sit a little more violently in those gaps at those times, but just build on what he did from a sack perspective, from a quarterback hurry perspective. Keep on adding, that weight and size throughout the summer session, and just be a little more violent in the run. And I think you can get there with that. I think just a little bit of incremental improvement can go a long way for him. We might see at the beginning of the year an over-adjustment by certain teams. I think, as a matter of fact, I think we will see an over-adjustment by certain teams thinking they can double James Pierce all season, but I don't think that defensive line is going to let you get away with it for very long. They're just too good and thick across that whole D-line. So we'll see how that goes. As far as Nico goes, I truly hope he comes back to try to win his second Heisman and second national championship in a row. I don't know if he will, but I truly hope he comes back after he does it. We'll see. He's going to have to spend time with his family and see how important that is to stack those.
Man, Coach just said, all right, I'm going to add a 3-leg parlay. If I say James Pierce and Nico back-to-back draft picks, #1s. I like it. All right, as far as me as James Pierce, honestly, I'm going to kind of just regurgitate everything that Coach just said. Just for James Pierce to go #1, he just got to stay aggressive. I believe he's got to just stay aggressive. Build off what he left off doing from last season. And also the most important thing is too, which we all know that football is a violent sport. He's got to just stay healthy, stay healthy, show that you want to continue to be the #1. And then as far as Nico goes, like Coach just said, for him to win a Heisman, hey, I'm here for it, baby. Let's get it. We'll start that campaign. But even for Nico too, like he's got to show more, because even on Twitter, like most people, when I posted about, a Vol player Nico not being on the cover, this guy, he commented and was just like, well, Nico just played just one efficient game. You got to give him some time. And I said, well, I know that. And that's kind of the point. Like, we haven't seen Nico's full potential yet. So once we do, then it's going to be like, okay, so yeah, this is definitely your #1 draft pick. But taken from the words of Coach and hearing the buzz around Nico, you just don't have any doubts. But you just got to prove it on the field for me, and that's just it.
The old quote. When we can apply this to Nico, it's a wrestling quote. But for those that believe, no explanation is needed. For those that don't believe, no explanation will do. So we can talk about
you go.
Nico till we're blue in the face. Until he proves it, other people aren't going to believe. But
Right.
we believe. I don't need a freaking explanation. I don't need to see it because I believe people that know way more about football than I do. And I think Nico is going to be the guy. Will he win a Heisman? We'll see. Will he win a Natty? We'll see. I think he's going to be elite. And I think he's better than Hendon Hooker. And I think this offense in 2024 is going to be better than 2022. Is the defense better? I think so. I think the defensive line is going to be better. I think the linebackers are better. The only question mark's the secondary. That everybody's saying they're more athletic. They got more speed. Man, it feels like a playoff run.
And the fact, sorry to cut you off.
No,
real quick. And the fact too that he said that his game is a little bit elevated than Bryce. That's a lot. That means that young man is very confident in his game, and he's just going to continue to grow. So,
I'm with you, fellas.
Sounds like everything they just said.
Curtain call. I'm out. That's all.
Amen.
Go Big Orange.
So James Pierce had what? An interception for a touchdown. He had 2 fumble recoveries last year and a few sacks, right?
I think he had 10 sacks. I think he had 10 sacks.
So if he does just a little bit better than that, like Coach said, just build off last year, and then like X said, stay healthy. Yeah, for sure. But what's going to be really interesting, X, you said something about somebody reaching their full potential this year. Might have been Nico, right?
Yeah.
We're going to see James Pierce hopefully reach his full potential too, because what you were just talking about a second ago, Coach, they're going to try to double team him. And of course, the other defensive linemen are going to eat, right? Well, if they double team him and he still produces, I mean, that's just going to blow people away in the NFL. They're going to be like, yeah, we got to have this guy because you put 2 guys on him in certain situations and he just made you look stupid. And of course, you can scheme him open to get some plays too. I mean, you do some zone blitzing or some stunting or whatever it is off the outside, especially mid-season. You give them a couple looks on the defensive line against some really bad teams, and then you start playing people that are really going to be some good competition. And then they start playing towards that game that you showed them in the first few games. And then you do just a little variation like Coach Heupel likes to do. He's going to get with Coach Banks and Coach Garner, and they're going to actually do some stuff. I think Josh Heupel's always growing as a coach. He's always growing. And if he learns how to interact at all the different phases of the game with his assistants the way that he probably could, instead of just scheming people open on the offense at receiver and being able to run a really good offense, that'd be amazing. It really would. Because, I mean, you got Ronnie Garner. He's the best defensive coach on the defensive line in the country, no question. Everybody wants to play for him. So you do that and you scheme some people like that open and he performs. That'd be amazing. And it'd be great just to see us do that well. I mean, we haven't had a defensive line like that with that kind of potential in 20-some years. 2001, 2002, Haynesworth, Little, going back to the late 90s, early 2000s.
Let me hit this real quick. Cody Branch been a member for, man, he's flexing. Cody Branch flexing on y'all. 37 months as a member. If you don't have a power T beside your name, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You can fix that. Hit the join button right beside subscribe. You can do that for just $1. We would greatly appreciate it. You said something, Tom, to me that's more important. Look, I'm a James Pierce fan, but guess what? I'm a Tennessee fan. If you double team James Pierce, you chip block him, you focus on James Pierce, and then that's when we look at Tyree West, Omari Thomas, Bryson Eason, Omar Norman Lott, Elijah Simmons, Dominic Bailey, Joshua Joseph, David Hobbs, Jason Jenkins, Jackson Moy, Caleb Herring. Let's let those guys go eat. Let's focus all of your energy on James Pierce and then let other guys go make plays. I do not care. If you're having to put 2 guys on James Pierce, that's going to free up probably more than anybody is your linebackers, right, Coach Jay? If you're chip blocking or you're doing whatever, you're double teaming James Pierce, your linebackers are going to eat. We got a pretty good linebacker room too.
Yeah, I think the linebackers can eat. There's one caveat to me, and maybe it's just, I don't know, philosophy or whatever with defense in the way I think, but the weak spot, you know, when those linebackers are going to eat, like Wayne's talking about, when you're double teaming someone, the other D linemen are being dominant. what you have to worry about is that weak side defensive end position. And it was, I brought it up a couple times on this channel. We got ran underneath at that position quite a bit. Either we'd get too deep and they run underneath it, or they wouldn't maintain the gap violently enough. They get blown out. They wouldn't be able to squeeze the play. It was just a number of different reasons. If we solve that issue and we're able to squeeze that backside edge down, then the linebackers are going to eat all day long. And if you start to sprinkle in the cornerbacks being able to play a little tighter, being able to play that inch technique, being able to play that, that press man coverage, you better get the ball off in a hurry, because they're going to be coming if that's the case.
That's why I'm so happy about Jermod McCoy being on the team this year. I like
Boogie him a lot.
The day that you released the video that he was coming to UT and that he had been at Oregon State as a starter and he was that young and he's got that much time ahead of him, what you were just talking about, Coach Jay, being able to play press coverage on the corners, that'd be huge. And just get your hand up and swat the ball down. If you see the guy's eyes get wide as saucers, just put your hand up in the air. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited about him too. Most watched film breakdown video ever, by the way.
I promote it every time. Every time I say Jermod McCoy, I'm like, film breakdown. Coach Jay was really high on him. Go check it out.
Putting his hand up.
And dude, let's call a spade a spade. Coach Jay's been pretty dang spot on with the film breakdowns.
So far.
Jordan Ross, Jermod McCoy, Jordan Burns. Who else? Nathan Laycock, although he's not translated that to the college game yet. But Coach Jay's got a pretty dang
I was
good
high on
track
Spillman
record.
too. He looks like he's going to pan out. I want to see a little more for Arian Carter, for him to pan out quite as high as I sold him from the breakdown we did on him. But I think he will. I'm confident in that.
Also been banged up too, right?
Yeah, he's been banged up, so that's always rough, right?
This was his freshman year, just this past year.
True freshman year.
Yeah. Get him 10, 12, 15 more pounds of muscle, 2 years. He'll be crushing people. I mean, next year, hopefully he'll crush people. But yeah, I mean, as a junior, you really got to put it all together and it's got to click at that point, But
I like when you hit on one that people don't like. Everybody expected Arian Carter, right? They expected him to be a gamer. Jeremiah T-Lander, you were very high on. And he's a dude that he's
got a great video.
He's going to be in the 2 deep, man.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the 2 deep this year.
And he was even making some plays during the orange and white game too.
He made plays last year.
Made plays last year too.
He's a dude. He's violent. Oh my gosh, he's violent. He's violent. I about overstep my bounds again, boys. We may have to turn the stream off before I say something I can't say. We got some fun stuff coming your way, man. Like so many kids, I saw where Brame, the tight end, put out his commitment date. Jalen Matthews is right around the corner. Early June commitment coming your way. A lot of commitments coming up over the next few weeks. We got one on the 21st. I think is coming up. An interior offensive lineman's going to be committing. We're going to do as many live streams as possible for these commitments. So make sure you guys are dialed in, tuned in. We'll keep you up to date what's going on in the recruiting world. Bottom of the 5th, 3-1, good guys.
Yep, 4 more to go.
Yep,
4 more to go.
Man, everybody got quiet. So what else?
I know, right? All of a sudden,
what else is going on in the world? I'm moving. All I do is pack boxes and putting furniture together sucks. It's the worst.
I bet.
It's the worst.
It sucks bad.
And
then I'm being really petty. I'm like clipping every list of awesome quarterbacks where Nico's not on it and saving them so I can come back in 3 months and throw it back in people's face.
And
turn that into a video right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network.
Probably should.
Well, yeah, and honestly, Coach, I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, but on 3 they put out like their top 10, quarterbacks going into next season, and Nico wasn't even on that list.
Not on that one either. Yeah,
to me, I for me, because I have belief, that it brings a smile to my eyes because I'm gonna be like, man, this year is gonna be so much fun, when you eat every word. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited about this year, man. I got a big smile on my face every time I think about it.
What'd you guys think of the early spreads that came out? Were you surprised by any of those? The one that surprised me more than anything was Oklahoma being favored. I think it was 5.5.
Yep.
I thought it would be like a pick 'em. I thought like maybe Oklahoma favored by 1 because it was it's a home game for them. Surprised me.
That's that Tennessee disrespect. It is, and I hope they use. But
with Vegas isn't trying to disrespect. They're trying to make money.
Yeah. Well, that might be because they just remember what we were with Joe Milton only being able to throw it to Squirrel White or our offense running the football, and that was it. Maybe that's all they can think of.
Let me see. I pulled up the article from BallQuest where they were talking about 5.5 point favorite against NC State. Anything to say about that, Coach Jay? 5.5 point favorite. What did I say? 10? I thought 7 to 10 is where that would be.
I think that game will go off around a touchdown, 8 points when the game goes off, depending on how the teams look in their respective first games. But I wasn't surprised that it was under 10 points. NC State can play a little bit, and I think the Oklahoma-Tennessee line can move based on how Tennessee looks in that NC State game. And I disagree with the Oklahoma line, obviously, but I kind of get it. Odds makers like to look at their history, and Tennessee hasn't performed historically well in Norman, and Vegas tends to member stuff like that. So that didn't really shock me too much, I guess, but I think that line's definitely subject to move based on that NC State game.
So would you get in? Would you get in now? You're a gambler.
Shoot! Yeah, I would. Yeah. I bet the money line right now.
The big thing for me that has kind of turned me a little bit, that game scared me so much. I can't remember if it was J.D. Pickell or Josh Pate talked about Oklahoma having offensive line issues and said they did not solve any of those issues in spring camp. So they still have offensive line issues, and we're claiming we've got the best defensive line in the country. I think that's
going to work in our favor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think,
let's see. Yep.
Josh Heupel has performed historically well in Norman, though.
That's true.
And yeah. That I want revenge for that 2015 game in Knoxville so bad.
That
was one of the worst games I have seen us lose in the last 20 years.
Call Baker Mayfield, be like, "Hey Baker, you still got eligibility left?"
Yeah,
such an epic environment too in that game.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma 5-point underdog against Oklahoma, 11-point favorite against the Gators. 11-point. If Tennessee loses to Florida, I may just burn my house down.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
They should have never lost last year.
Yeah, and after all that smack I was talking to Josh Prey.
First word out of Coach Jay's mouth was Nico.
Nico's got this, guys. It's all right. Nico's got this.
Well, Coach, like I said, look, like I might have to hit up Josh Prey again and be like, "Hey, you remember?"
No, right? That was bad karma. That was bad karma. I knew better when he's like, I'll get a Tennessee tattoo on me.
I knew.
What was he saying? I don't remember even. Yeah. He said I had to wear a Gator shirt. I'm like, nope. I've been down this road before.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I know better.
And Joe Milton's comment didn't make me feel any better.
I knew as soon as
my mind went right to ducks pulling trucks as soon as he said that comment. And it also made me, of course, it also made me think Nico wouldn't have said something like that. Nico's too cool. You just shut up.
Let's shout out this guy. Let's shout out Too Tall. He says Tennessee football is at best a 6-win team. What is win? Like what is win? Possible just a 5-win team this year. Like if you're gonna troll, at least be able to spell, bro. Like if you come in here and try to troll me, you better learn how to spell. Too Tall. You better learn how to spell.
I just want to know who is Too Tall's team. That's what I want to know.
He doesn't have a team. He's an idiot. He can't spell. He can barely function. He can't tie his shoes.
Not one of the better troll jobs we've had here on the Talkin VAWLS.
I love to highlight the good ones.
Yeah. You didn't make it a top
probably a Cowboys fan because Ed Too Tall. Yeah. I mean, that was the first thing that popped into my mind was Ed Too Tall. You know,
I mean, I agree with that. Look at this beautiful Darryl Green throwback custom. I got that jersey, man.
Darryl Green was a hell of a football player.
I miss when the Redskins were
and just, I mean, of course, I'm not a Cowboys fan on that, but the funny thing is, did y'all know they were supposed to get Derrick Henry because he bought a house down in Dallas, and Jerry and the whole Cowboys front office never hit him up. I'm like, Jerry, it's good luck next season with Dak. So
ownership. That's a common theme between the Redskins and the Cowboys. Piss poor ownership. All right, let's move on. So 11-point favorite against Florida. God, you better beat Florida. 2-point underdog.
Don't worry, we gonna get it up in that. No Diddy.
2-point underdog against Alabama. What do y'all think? Because I like that matchup. I like Tennessee against Florida and Alabama next year, both.
Yeah.
Coach Jay is undefeated when he's in attendance in Knoxville. So I'm going Tennessee because I will be in attendance in Knoxville.
I noticed this comment from Wayne. I'm a fan of America's team. The Native Americans, the Redskins. You're a fan of the Redskins. I got you, Wayne. I got you.
Excellent.
Wait, I'm about to say, I'm sorry, dog, but you got to call a spade, man. It's Jerry Jones, bro. Everybody been saying it. That man, he's gonna die until they find the next GM for the Cowboys. So
wait, who you yelling at?
Oh, I was talking about Wayne.
That was just like Dan Snyder was horrible for the Redskins
Awful,
for
man.
20-some years. Yeah. What, 25 years? He owned the team.
Awful.
Yeah. Horrible. Change the name. Bastard. Sorry, wherever you are. I don't hate you that much, but
I do.
I'll add you to the list. Now there's 3 people I hate. Yeah.
I do. I hate
that was
him.
awful.
I hate Snyder. Good Lord, I hate him.
Hey, but Boogie, at least y'all got Jaden though. You got Jaden Daniels.
I don't keep up with it anymore. I've not kept up with it in probably, since they became the Washington football team. I didn't watch a single game that year. So.
And it's funny because I was gonna hit you up and see if we were gonna do the draft watch party, but I didn't know like what Tennessee player was gonna go first, second, third. But
yeah, I was like, what are we gonna watch? The first round? I knew there wasn't a Vol going in the first round. But you got to look too at how many guys came back for that COVID year, right? All those offensive linemen, the defensive linemen. I think that kind of factored into how many guys got drafted. Let's see here. Bleed Orange been a member for 25 months. He's not quite 37, but I've been around. Pierce pick number 1, Nico pick number 1 in this year's D-line, plus a couple of O-line will go in the first 2 rounds GBO. That's what I was just talking about. The guys that stuck around, I think that they will get drafted. I don't know if I hit this or not. Cody, 37 months. Appreciate Cody and all of his support. Adam Huckabee, been a member for 17 months. I think the next T-shirt should be "You Just Got Pierced." Well, I like that, Adam, and I appreciate you supporting this channel for 17 months. I try not to make T-shirts with people's names, even though we've got a Cultivate shirt and a Chosen shirt. Try not to go too far down that road. But I like.
Those are gold, though. Those are gold.
Yeah, but going back to the NFL, though, now I did keep up with, of course, our players. Like Jabari Small, he's a Titan, which I do love that. And then Jalen Wright went to the Dolphins. I think that's a really good pickup for them. And then, of course, Joe Milton went to the Patriots, even though Bill Belichick's not there anymore. So good luck to, who's going to try to coach him up. I don't know. So, but yeah, I've been kind of keeping up, of course, with this last year's team to see where they went to. So
I just had a thought in my mind of Butch Jones sitting there hoping that he gets hired by the Patriots so he can ruin another good, just ruin somebody, not that he's that great in the first place. Sorry, Joe. I appreciate what you did for the university, but, just generally speaking, put him at tight end or wing back. Yeah. But it's just funny. Butch Jones, man, it just popped in my head. He could absolutely try to do something with Joe Milton.
And you have to not lose the game before you can ever win the game.
Thanks, Butch. Thanks.
Yes.
We need a Shane Beamer team to play a Butch Jones team for the the press conference material.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
versus Derek.
That'd be awesome. There you go. There you go.
I saw something on Twitter where he named his starting quarterback, and it's like, man, can you just not do this like a normal human being? Like he's so uncomfortable with everything. This is going to be our starting quarterback, but everybody needs to continue to compete. We don't want them to stop competing, and they've been competing, but we want them to continue to compete. He is so much Butch Jones, and so is Eli Drinkwitz. But I mean, they beat the crap out of Tennessee. So what are we supposed to say?
Right. Yep,
we'll get them. We'll get them.
Yeah. Does anyone think? Does anyone have like a surprise team this year that they think will be good? I know it's early, but maybe just within the Southeastern Conference.
It isn't going to be Texas.
Other than Tennessee, because I do think Tennessee will be a little better than people think, but go ahead.
It isn't going to be Texas A&M. I'm not going to say who it is going to be, but let's hope it's not Florida. I mean, really, it can't be, but let's hope that it's not Florida because I just can't take it if Florida.
I don't think they beat Miami week 1. I truly don't.
I think it crushed.
They're going to be terrible, man.
They're going to be terrible.
I'll tell you, I don't know how many games you guys got to watch of Washington State because it's out here on the West Coast, but the kid who went to Miami from Wazoo, kid can ball. The kid's got chops. And there's a lot of talent at Miami right now. I think Miami gets them.
I think there's some intriguing storylines, like Jeff Lebby at Mississippi State. What's he going to look like, man? First-time head coach, offensive mind. I don't know, man. I think that's it. I'm not saying that Mississippi State's going to be like, oh, some magical contender. That's just something that's interesting to me, right? I think Lane Kiffin has the shot to have a good year. And again, like that's maybe not answering your question because – I think there's a lot of interesting storylines. Kalen DeBoer, what does he do at Alabama? Lane Kiffin, does he take the next step? I'm anti Steve Sarkisian. Am I crazy? Like I don't know if you guys listened to the Locked On Vols show that I was on Monday. Was it Monday? Last Monday with Kaner, and he made me rant.
I heard it.
Man, he made me do so much work, and he screwed up my microphone. Like he's in a hotel and he's like, Boogie, I can't hear you. I'm like, Kaner, it's perfectly fine. He's like, I can't hear you. So I turn it up. He's like, nope, still can't hear you. Turn it up. And then so when I record my video the next day, everything's distorted. It's so loud. And I said, good luck editing Locked On Vols because the audio is going to be garbage. Anyway, he made me do so much work. And we ranked the coaches, man. I'm just not sold on Sarkisian. And I know he's coming off of a college football playoff run. I think there's a lot of interesting stories in the SEC. Brent Venables at Oklahoma is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Who else? What else? Hugh Freeze. What in the
crap
is going to happen at Auburn?
Oh, you mean Hugh Sleaze? Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me for Sam Pittman to turn around and do something at Arkansas after being absolute garbage the last couple of years. I'm rambling. You guys can. I didn't even answer Coach Jay's question. I just rambled.
I mean, well, what about Missouri? Even though we saw what they were last season,
yeah, that's a good pick.
What we gonna look like this year?
I'm just glad Tennessee doesn't play him. Honestly,
yes, I am too.
I'll tell you what, though, is maybe Tom, maybe you can speak on this. If Coach Rice, you ever run into this video, make a comment.
He's at the game right now, actually.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe it's just me, but here's my note for Missouri. Whenever you play two-hand touch in spring and in a spring game in practice, you play two-hand touch, you're asking for trouble as a football team, in my humble opinion. And I know they've got all the pieces there. You want to put everyone in bubble wrap. I get that.
But they did that in spring?
Watch their spring game. It's two-hand touch.
Wow.
And they did it in spring practice, too.
Wow.
They didn't have any full contact. You saw what happened with our wide receivers
He's Butch Jones in them. That's what he's doing. He had one good team last year, and everybody's excited, and they're two-hand touching it now. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I had massive arguments with one of my best friends that I played with, who was the head coach for me for a little while I was his assistant. And I was like, we've got to hit these kids in practice. If I could, I'd put pads on and hit them myself, but I can't. So they've got to hit each other.
You're not supposed to do that?
No. So I was going to get the chance to do that with a couple of college guys one time, but that didn't actually pan out. But either way, they actually wanted us to do that with the college guys. That was going to be some fun.
Sure.
But no,
Yeah, sure.
Man, and he was like, "Oh, we don't have the bodies for it, man. Don't have the bodies. What are we going to do if? Well, I can't use the name, but the so and so goes down. Well, next guy up, you're going to have to man up. That's just all it is to it. And in high school, whoever is going to be willing to be that next guy, you could possibly be that next guy in high school as long as you've actually had a little bit of time to develop. But yeah, I think Missouri's a good one though. Was it you, X, that brought that one a second ago? That's a good one because they could actually do something. If they do, that'd be interesting. 2 years in a row, if he can do what he did last year. I hope
wait,
not.
Tom, you want to put your pads
What's
back
their
on?
schedule like?
You play. Wait, you coach offensive line.
I
You
would
played
kill,
offensive line, right?
I would kill to put pads on and play with somebody.
So let me ask
Coach
you a question.
Jay, if you ever want
I got like
I gotta
2
ask
plays
you a
left in
question.
me. I want to do it, but I got like 2 plays.
I gotta ask you a question, Tom. You got your pads on. You're sitting on the offensive line. Coach Jay's got his pads on. He's playing linebacker. Who wins?
He's got some years on me. He's got some years on me.
I'm younger than Coach Jay, so
For
at
2
least
plays,
as far
maybe.
as my knees
For
go,
2 plays,
I'd
I
probably
feel good.
be all right. No, I would say that'd be a heck of a matchup for real.
There you
That
go.
really would.
There you go.
That's
the elite tier. That's the elite tier. You guys got to throw in a couple bucks to see that one.
Oh, it's just like at the end of the Rocky movie when he and Apollo are
There
friends.
you go.
And they, you have that famous picture where they just both hit each other at the end of the movie. You don't know who wins. It's kind of up there in the air.
Y'all are pansies.
Hey, if anybody wants to
like,
do
if
a
it was
quick
me and
thing-
X, y'all like, who's gonna win? You or X? I'm talking so much trash. Y'all like, oh, we're good friends. It would be a good competitive battle. No, I'm gonna destroy X. I'm gonna rip his head off and kill him.
This conversation remind me of it's just like that video. It's Ray Lewis and Tyreek Hill, and then like Tyreek goes up to him and he's like, "All right," he said, "Ray, it's you and me, 1-on-1, open field." He's like, "Who's gonna win?" And Ray was like, "Oh, it's me, all day, every day." And then like Tyreek was like, "No, like, because if I cut, a certain way, on my route," he said, "I got you beat." And then Ray was looking at him. He said, "Yeah, that's true." He said, if you get a few more steps on me, then you got me." But he was like, he looked at Tyreek. He said, Ty, it's a bad day if I get a hold of you. It's a bad day.
Dude, Ray Lewis who's old linebacker here below me. Who's the greatest linebackers of all time? I loved watching Ray Lewis play football.
Yeah.
But a lot of people said that he just popped in on the pile late and celebrated. But I still like me some Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis is great. I mean, of course, everyone knows the great Dick Butkus, right? Can't go wrong there. London Fletcher comes to mind. For me, I loved
that's
the
a good
way
fantasy
London
pick.
Fletcher,
if you get tackles,
played football. Man, I know it's one that kind of due to an injury never panned out, but I thought Renuk Thompson at Tennessee was underrated. Man, I thought he was a fantastic linebacker. Of course, I'll love. If we're talking Tennessee linebackers, of course, Al Wilson, right? And an all-time pro great. Yeah. And
I'm just talking
course, I'll get
time,
in.
man. LeVar Arrington. LeVar Arrington was obviously for
LeVar
obvious
Arrington's
reasons.
up there.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me London Fletcher. Give me Dick Butkus. Give me Ray Lewis. I'm sure a couple will pop into my head here in a second. I'm drawing a little bit of a blank.
What about Urlacher?
Well,
I like Urlacher. I've met Brian Urlacher. He is a big, scary dude in real person. Very, very, very scary dude in real person. No doubt about it. Yeah. Go ahead though. What was Tom going to say something?
I was just going to say, Jimmy the Greek, what's his face? He's got an argument for the greatest linebacker of all time because he's the only defensive player to ever win MVP in the Super Bowl. That's a pretty good one right
Lawrence
there.
Taylor.
How do we not
Lawrence
say
Taylor?
Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah, well,
that?
I consider him like almost like a hybrid though,
like an edge
Derek
guy.
Thomas, defensive edge type guy.
Yeah.
Ray Nitschke, awesome.
Yeah, man.
That guy that guy had like Coke cans for fingers. He was so gigantic. Scary, scary man to be coming up the middle at you. No doubt about it.
Let's play
Man,
another game.
there's been a lot of good linebackers though. It's
Mm-hmm.
just it's one of those rich positions where you could kind of go through it for a long time.
I'm regurgitating Kaner's content because he made me work so hard. And we did this Tuesday night, but only 12 people watch on Tuesday nights. Yeah, we're watching the baseball game, 3-2 Vols. We got the score up on the screen. We're hanging
a little
out
bit
with
of trouble
boys.
though. Oh,
we're hanging out with
they
the
just
boys.
tied it up.
Oh, wait, did they?
Right? Or it is tied. No, they got the lead. They just took the lead. They both scored.
It's all right. We're gonna come back.
Oh wow, I'm so far behind you guys. That just happened.
They left.
Yeah, I gotta go get my rally cap on.
Oh, and of course, rest in peace, man. How could I forget Junior Seau?
Oh yeah.
It just popped back into my mind. Guy was an absolute menace in the backfield. Junior Seau, absolutely amazing.
Watch parties are going to be the new live commitments. People are going to blame us for this loss.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, I want to go back. I want to regurgitate Kaner's content because this was a fun question, and I had fun answering it. You get to build a Tennessee quarterback from previous quarterbacks. We did this Tuesday night, but nobody was watching, so I want to regurgitate it now. I got to scroll back up and find it, though. Dang it. Let's see here. I'm failing at my job, but I got to scroll up and find it.
Singularly failing.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Okay, here we go. Here are your categories. I'll put Kaner's list in the live chat. All right. So this is the quarterback that you get to build. You got to build from smarts. Yes, you got to build from smarts. You got to build from arm strength, accuracy, legs, clutch factor, and swag demeanor. But you can't repeat. So many people on VolQuest, they're idiots. They're like, oh, how could you not put Peyton for accuracy? Well, because he used him for smarts. You idiot. Are you that stupid? That's why you're not included in smarts. So I called an audible because my list honestly was very similar to Eric's. Because I think if you talk about football IQ, Peyton Manning's got to be number one, right? So if that's the first category, you got to go with Peyton. Arm strength. Can anybody throw the football further than Joe Milton? He can throw an orange. It's not. Oh, well, who has arm strength, but they can drop it in a bucket? Who has arm strength and it's a catchable ball? No, it's just arm strength. And I think Joe Milton's the guy. And then accuracy, Hendon Hooker, legs, Josh Dobbs. I thought he had a great list. The only thing I changed was I put Nico for swag, but I called an audible because I wanted to mix things up. So I went smarts, Josh Dobbs, arm strength, Heath Schuler, accuracy, Peyton Manning, legs, Condridge Holloway, clutch factor, I stuck with Casey Clausen, swag, Nico. I'll leave that up on the screen there. Coach Jay, you take it first. Build a quarterback. It's kind of like build a bear.
I'll go smarts, Josh Dobbs. I'll go accuracy,
arm strength.
Peyton Manning, just based on our arm strength.
You missed.
Oh wait. Sorry,
I know it's all jumbled together because
I'll stick with Joe, even though it hurts to give him anything. I'll get to throw a dart at the dartboard. I guess if you're just going off pure throw the ball, yeah, he had a lot of arm strength. Legs, I'll go. Yeah, gosh, that's a tough one, man. I'll go Conridge, Holloway. Clutch factor, I'm gonna give that to Hendon Hooker right now.
I like that.
I'm gonna give that to Hendon Hooker right now. Swag or moxie, whatever you want to call it. I'll give it to Nico as well. I think he's got that in spades. If I had a runner up, maybe T.
I got yelled at all Tuesday night.
For Moxie.
All Tuesday night for not including T. Martin in my list. Tom,
I can't go with Casey for. Is that clutch that he's under or swag?
Yeah, it's and I agreed with Kaner. He was a road quarterback. He only lost one game on the road. He owned the Gators. And so you kind of threw him in there, and then it's like, was he really clutch? or was he just good on the road? Because he lost a lot of big time games. I think he lost the SEC championship. He lost some bowl games.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball in the dirt all game.
Yeah, so I don't know that that's really clutch, but I was
And
like,
he fumbled the ball on our own goal line against Miami in the pouring rain. But still, come on, that's the one thing you can't do is fumble the ball.
yeah. So I agree that I was probably a little off agreeing with Kane on that, but at the same time, SOB made me work for like 2 hours prior to that show. And then he made me go 30 minutes. And then he spent an hour doing technical difficulties. So screw you, Eric. Somebody clip this and send it to Kaner. I hate Eric Kane. Somebody's going to send that to him. And we got World War III going on. Go ahead, Tom. Build your quarterback.
Oh, I'm going to give, I would go Smarts, probably Josh Dobbs because he's an aerospace engineer.
That's
Somebody
what I said.
I can't claim that one. It was probably you that I heard that from. But, yeah, I mean, dude just had the smarts, man. It seemed like he always knew the right thing to do, didn't it? Even if the team around him didn't have the play in their pocket going into it, he just had a way of knowing, like, hey, if this happens, got to do this. If that happens, got to do that. Got to zig and zag, blah, blah, blah. He just made things happen. He really did.
Blackout Jones, it's got to be Vol quarterbacks. We're talking about Vol quarterbacks.
Yeah. We don't want any dog fighters up in here.
All right, so you got Dobbs for smarts, arm strength.
Yeah, Dobbs for smarts, arm strength, man. Eric Ainge could chuck it, man. He could.
He could.
He might not have had the furthest, but as far as throwing a good deep ball, he had a good one.
David, I put Heath Schuler for arm strength, arm strength on mine. I loved Heath Schuler, man. What a
Heath
legend.
Schuler had an arm.
Heath was awesome.
Heath Schuler. I want to add a category and go competitiveness. I would give Heath Schuler competitiveness, toughness, all damn.
Like it factor. If you had to take a composite, like an average of each category, that was Heath Schuler.
Yeah.
Tom, we're not going to let you finish your list. Go ahead, buddy.
No, hey, dude wouldn't go down, man. He was kind of like Dobbs. You could hit him a few times and he would just go through you. Legs, though, I'll go. I've watched a lot of Tony Robinson's highlights, and he had some moves, man. But I got to give it to Hendon. He made it. He made it happen.
Elusive.
Yeah, he really was. As far as the accuracy, I really don't even know. I truly don't. The most accurate quarterback I've probably seen at Tennessee, I can't even say Peyton Manning because there were a couple of Florida games where he had some interceptions that were just, what are you throwing at, brother?
God,
what are you doing? Yeah, he did. He threw 4 interceptions in one half. That was horrible. Accuracy. Help me out, guys.
For accuracy,
I
picked Payne just because of ball placement. You could even go.
Guys would be covered, and he would throw them open.
Yeah, then let's go that way.
That's true.
What were you going to say, though, Coach? You said
Nico, pretty accurate, man.
Oh, I love it.
I about to say,
regular season start to be on the list here.
There's gonna be a Coach J thread on VolQuest tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's good. Bring it.
Oh,
Get
man.
it.
I think I left out a category though. I think it was
clutch and swag. Clutch and swag.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we don't have the toughness determination category, I'll put Heath in the swag, but clutch, I'm gonna.
That's what people were yelling at me about on Tuesday night. They said T. Martin was clutch.
T. Martin had some really good moments. He really did, man. The next year, though, made me kind of question a couple of decisions. But, yeah, let's go with that. He pulled out the natty for us. Let's just put him in the clutch spot because, hell, we hadn't won a national title in 40 years, and he finally did it. So, clutch moment, T. Martin.
My argument, and I don't remember who it was. Are you in the chat? Who was it that was arguing so heavy? My argument was that –
it was my buddy, Vol fan.
Yeah. He was here earlier.
He's got a point because in '98 though, and he didn't have a point, but he had a point in different moments.
I argued his point, and I thought validly.
So
he said it was the same team. It was the same team. Yeah. So the same team. The
that
sophomores were
defense was a
juniors.
year
The
older.
juniors were seniors. They were a more mature team.
For sure. But
right.
as far as him being clutch, man, T. Martin, he did have a couple of moments. Now, of course.
Oh, is that gone? Is that gone?
Oh, get it.
No, it's in the corner, though.
No, in the corner.
No,
Was
corner.
it foul? Oh, it was
Oh,
foul.
foul.
It was foul.
What about you, X? What do you think?
Dauber says Iceman. That's what me and Kaner went with. And then y'all brought up the exact talking points that made me think that I was wrong with the Iceman. What do you got, X? X has been down there going.
Yeah, I'm just like, hold on. Yeah, let me crunch all this together. All right. As far as smarts go, I'm gonna go with Peyton. Obviously, arm strength. It's got to go to Joe. That's an easy one. I see. Coach took mine earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Nico's with accuracy, bro. I mean, I feel like Nico is definitely, and we're gonna see more of that this season. Legs. I was gonna put like saying Dobbs with legs, which is very true. He does have legs, but I'll put T Martin on legs.
So do I, X. I got legs.
Yeah. So I got T Martin legs.
Man. Yeah.
Wait, so T Martin legs?
Yeah, T Martin
I like
legs.
it. I like it.
And like I said, clutch Gene. I got Hendon Hooker. And as far as swag, I guess I'll just put Casey.
He's the Iceman.
Yeah, the Iceman.
I think we call him clutch because he's the Iceman. He's the Iceman because he looks like he's straight out of Top Gun. He got that swag. He got that California swag.
He does.
All right, now build the worst one.
All right.
Accuracy, Joe Milton. No, football IQ, Joe Milton.
Football IQ, Joe Milton.
Wait, we cannot.
No, I'm going JG football IQ.
We can't do that to the young man. We can't.
All right, we'll stop.
Wait.
We'll stop.
No,
I'm sorry. I'll be good. I'll be good. I'm sorry.
I was starting to have some fun with it.
Man.
So football IQ, you would go JG.
I'll never forgive him for Georgia State, though, man. I just happened to be.
I'll never forgive him during the Alabama game. He dropped the damn ball at the goal line.
Dauber says Harrison Bailey.
Yeah. Poor Moxie.
Man. Whatever happened to Harrison Bailey? He's a 7th year senior.
Brian Maurer.
For arm strength.
Let's give Brian Maurer some swag. He got the full sleeve.
There you go.
All tatted up. I like it.
Yeah, you want to watch somebody who could run the football, though, as part of a blind pitch option or a single wing. Go back and watch 1950 and 51 highlights. We had a quarterback, Hank Loricella, however you want to pronounce it. I know people give old school football players a hard time because the competition's not as great and they're not as professionalized as they are now, but dude could boogie. He really could. And no pun intended, but dude could boogie. He really could. He had a scamper against Texas in the title game that was like a 40-some yard play, and he broke 4 or 5 tackles that could have been actual tackles, but he actually broke them. He kind of had some Josh Dobbs type of thing going on.
I mean, I appreciate what Black Metal Banjo's saying here, but I wore pajama pants into the liquor store the other day, and nobody thought I had swag. They thought I looked like white trash.
Did you buy some Bullet?
Yeah, I did.
Nice. There you go.
And nobody said, look at that guy. He's got swag. They said, look at that white trash coming in here in his pajama pants.
Did you have your cell phone on you with "We Don't Smoke Marijuana" playing in your pocket?
Maybe.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Man.
Careful. You're about to get tossed.
Yep. Pitch count's getting up there, though.
We can't blow this against Vanderbilt. Come on.
Yeah, but then it's like, do you just lose this game and then you just kind of get ready for the big leagues, you know?
Yeah.
I thought that was a strike. I don't know why I know.
We've lost a couple of games this year that just, it's like, how did we lose these games? Because, of course, we're ranked number 1, yeah? You would think we got the best team in the country, but we're not even first in the conference right now, I don't think, in the rankings in the conference, just on conference losses and whatnot. Isn't Texas A&M ranked higher?
Yeah, Texas A&M has a better record, but
yeah. Build a perfect wide receiver. We have had some excellent wide receivers in the last 35 years or so. And I mean, that would be a category right there. Next time y'all do Locked On Talkin VAWLS, build a perfect wide receiver. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Who are your favorite Vol wide receivers?
Jawan Jennings for me.
How can you not love Jawan? Yeah, you throw swag. You just give me the swag, the it factor, clutch factor, clutch gene.
Yeah,
Jawan.
Yeah, I love me some Jawan Jennings.
Not just the Georgia catch, but that catch he had against Florida where he turned back across his own body and catched the ball on the other side of the guy's helmet. Runs for another 2 yards to boot. You know, he comes down with it and he runs for a couple more yards too. Yeah, that's
okay. Oklahoma drill. Who you got, Brew or Jawan?
Brew because of size.
I got Brew. Yeah, Brew wins that one
with a healthy ankle. Yeah.
How about Marcus Nash? Marcus Nash, way up there, like as far as stats go. And then just dropped a video today talking about Derek Meadows. Dude, that was such a fun video because I was sitting here and I'm like, man, it's like I took my daughter to school, came back, and I had to take my other daughter to work. And I was like, I don't have time to make a video. I don't even know what I'm going to do. So I was like, I'm just not going to make a video. And then I was watching the On3 Recruits channel, and they were talking about – Matt Ray was on there talking about Derek Meadows. And then I go to Twitter, and Nelson had quote tweeted AP talking about Derek Meadows training under Marcus Nash. And I was like, this is my video. This is my freaking video. Derek Meadows is not a guy that I've talked a lot about, but I think that orange and white game, he loved him some Tennessee. And you're talking about your high school wide receiver coach, which previous, he's not this year, but previous wide receiver coach, and you get to go in and you see his NFL draft stuff and his records and his accomplishments. It's all hung on the wall, and this is your mentor. It's like, let's go. And then also, by the way, Cedric Tillman's dad coached him as a freshman. But anyway, I digress. Go back and watch that video. Favorite, Coach Jay, favorite Vol wide receivers?
Man, there's been so many dang good ones.
Robert Meacham.
I love Meacham.
Meacham's like one of everyone's favorite, right?
He was the GOAT for running a hitch, spinning out, and just taking it to the house.
Yeah. There's so many that are good. Shoot, I even get down on some Hunter from back in the Tyler Bray years.
Yeah.
He was fun
Travis
to watch.
Hunter?
Just very
Justin Hunter,
extremely athletic. I believe he was like almost an Olympic long jumper or triple jumper or something like that. Really athletic dude. Fun to watch play the position. Everyone loved Peerless Price, right? Because of the ship, right? You perform in a national championship the way Peerless Price did, and everyone's gonna love you.
And Carl Pickens. Hell of a football player.
Yep. And no one said Jalen Hyatt during all that. Interesting.
He's still running across the state.
Because it was that one game. Is that why? Is that why though you don't like put him in that instant list with some of those guys? Is because it was just that game?
Was it just a game? I mean, he was the Bolitnikoff Award winner.
Yeah.
I mean, he was dangerous all year. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. I think there's two players that are going to be in Tennessee history folklore, you know, just the two guys that you talk about, and that is going to be Jalen Hyatt, but also who put the ball through the uprights at the end of the game. Come on. I mean, somebody say his name. Anybody.
I had to Google it.
Thanks for
right. Yeah. No one.
No, nobody.
The kid from USC.
Somebody say his name. Is the chat going to bring it up? Come on. Somebody in the chat say
from
his
the
name.
Bama game? From the Bama game?
Yeah, from the Bama game.
Nobody cares because guess what?
Chase McGrath.
But guess what? Hendon Hooker went and made plays.
He did. He did.
Drew
But I mean,
McCoy
at the
made
end of
a
the
play.
game, though,
That's why I said Hendon Hooker was clutch. That's why I put him in my categories clutch.
Nobody
Personal
cares.
performance,
Chase
though.
McGrath
It's like
kicked
being
the
at-
worst kick that's ever gone through the uprights.
It went through the.
All that counts.
I had to go Google it just to make sure
Yeah,
that I was right.
I forgot his name.
Jalen Hyatt, the only Bolitnikoff Award winner in the history of Tennessee football. It was more than one game.
Well, yeah.
More than one game.
Mhm.
But that one game made you a freaking legend. A legend.
especially since Saban coach defenses were always, oh, the secondary is so good.
Man,
'Cause
Hype
he was the
schemed
secondary.
that
Yeah.
open all, which is
They
why I'm
couldn't
excited
stop
for
it.
this year, man. Guess what? We're going to see it again because we got a quarterback that can read the defense and make the right plays. I'm telling you. Coach Jay's telling you, and I'm just regurgitating it. This year, man, this offense,
Be fun.
agree or disagree, could be better in 2022. Nico is a better quarterback than Hendon Hooker.
Facts.
Tell me when I'm
Blasphemy.
telling lies.
Blasphemy. It's predictive blasphemy. It's not foregone blasphemy at this point yet. Because
You know what we call that, Rocky Top Tom? Prophecy.
There we go. There you go.
Prophecy.
That's
Not
the word I was trying
not
to think of.
blasphemy, prophecy.
Let's
How about
hope.
that? How about that, Stephen A. Smith?
Hendon Hooker even said it.
Stays healthy. Yeah.
For it has been written. That's what
Yeah.
Hendon said.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the chosen one 8-ball emoji T-shirt came from that the ball shop
He
stole
just
from
got a lot
us.
of talent. That's just it, right?
Mhm.
Like he got a lot of talent, and be good. It's gonna be
Like I
fun.
said, if you say that you're better than Bryce, I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it.
You
Bryce
don't think
was
Coach
good.
P knows
Bryce
a little
was
something about
good.
coaching football? Like, that's the thing. I obviously love and respect Coach Jay. I think Coach Pearson is a step above Coach Jay. And I think
Most definitely.
he's coached some legitimate dudes. You're talking about a guy that coached both guys. Like, you don't think that he knows when he coached both of them? And I get it. You got to go out, you got to do it, right? You got to go out and take care of business. But that's why I love the quote from Nico. And when you talk about swag, where's the quote? Let me find it. Dang it. No, that's not it. See, I've already dropped the ball because now I can't find the effing clip. This one.
No, I know what I came here to do, and it's my job to go and get that done.
Simple.
Yeah, that's all that needs to be said. Yeah, that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah.
X, did you see the what's the show with Austin Price where he has the kids on? It's the Ball Confidential. Did you see the Nico one? Did you see the Nico one?
I haven't
All right.
seen it.
Watch it. They asked Nico who the greatest basketball player of all time is.
Let me guess. Is it Kobe?
Yeah. Actually, Austin asked him. He goes, I think he says something like, "Who's the GOAT? Is it LeBron or Mike or something like that?" And he goes, and he answers one of them. I can't remember who. And then Austin goes, "What about Kobe?" And he goes, "Oh, you didn't tell me I could pick Kobe."
Well, and it's
I'll
funny
take
because
Kobe then. I'll take Kobe then. I was like, he's an LA kid, of course he's gonna say that, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I was watching a clip, yesterday on First Take, and Shaq was on a podcast, and then I guess they was talking about the GOAT debate, between MJ and Bron, and Shaq brought up, which well, we're not gonna throw Kobe up in there, and I was like, yes, I said you absolutely have to throw Kobe up in there, like. Come on now.
As far as individual play.
Yeah, exactly. And as far as the greatest of the greats to go out there and do it, you got to mention Kobe up in there
for sure.
Man,
Shaq is such a scary big dude.
Yeah.
Rick Rogers. The Rick Rogers is who you're talking about, Dirty Ducky.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah, no, Shaq is a big scary dude.
Oh yeah. Well, now, like I said, they said, okay, so that Jokic won MVP and stuff, and pretty much Shaq gave his opinion about it. He was just like, well, I think that his name is Shea Alexander. He plays for OKC, and they said that he should have won it. And I mean, yeah, and I don't see no lies there. So so he was saying that. Then Shannon Sharp was like, oh well, saying that Shaq is a little bit bitter when it comes to big men and stuff like that, whatever. So, and Shaq took a couple of jabs, and then I'm not even going to say, because I was thinking about it today. I was like, you know what? I said, if Shaq was to actually take his body and his frame and worked out, ate right, and everything else, he'd have at least 6 rings as Mike, maybe even 7. That's how great and dominant he was.
Yeah, he was a beast. No doubt about it.
Shout out to
Man, we
Jackie
gonna come back and
Pickle.
win this game?
$10 super chat says tip for the tip jar. Appreciate that, Jackie. Good to see you in the chat, my friend.
I got the hat on.
4-3 bad
Got
guys.
the hat. See, I just realized this is the same hat that Coach Rice has got, but it doesn't have the solid the solid whatnot here. It's just the
Yep.
There we
This
go.
also doesn't look like it's been drug through the mud. What you been doing with that hat, Tom?
Oh, it's been sitting for a long time. I got this hat a long time ago.
Shout out to Coach Rice. He's at the game tonight. He said he's going to be at the game tonight and tomorrow night. We got a big showdown coming up soon. Rocky Top Tom versus Coach Rice. I was thinking about making them pick. What do you think about this, Coach Jay? I said I needed to ask you because I may save this for you because I think it would be fun for you too. So I don't know where I want to go. 3-star prospects. You have to pick a 3-star Tennessee target. I thought that would be fun. You could go offense, defense, whatever you want to do. So I thought about making them do that, and then we'll come up with something for the
let them do that one. It's a great topic, man. That's awesome. That's going to be fun,
it gives
man.
you a
I think I'm
chance to
looking
find
more
a
forward to it
diamond.
than anyone. Yeah.
Do you want to come on? Do you want to be a
guest?
Oh yeah, I got to pop
moderator,
in, right?
A moderator.
Okay.
You want to be a moderator with me?
I can be a moderator. I was thinking more like I come run down the aisle and hit someone in the head with a chair when they're not looking at it during the fight, but I can come to a moderator too.
Or whoever loses, you get to shave our head or something like Vince McMahon.
Well, let's do that. Let's wait, whoa. Is that a challenge? Like hair versus hair? Rocky Top. Let's go old school wrestling. Tom versus Coach Rice. Loser shaves his head.
If I get to fly out to California for a day or so and bring the old lady with me and get my head shaved, I don't care. But I'm not losing, so that's just
no. I mean, right here on the channel. You lose, you get out the clippers, and
I'll broadcast it.
Oh man, that's the next step. Hair versus hair. Loser leaves town. You're never allowed back on the Talkin VAWLS network. Other than Coach Jay, he can't have that stipulation. I need Coach Jay. Coach Jay around.
That look painful.
Yeah, that's going to be fun though. If we do 3-star players, yeah, that'd be a good one.
It's good because, like you said, you can find that diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Tom and Coach Rice would agree with me if he was here. Part of the fun of these film breakdowns, for us at least, is just going through the film and finding these kids, and making your pick, and it's super fun. It's a super fun unseen side of it. So
I know for a fact that Tom watched a lot of offensive line film.
Yeah.
Like he
watched a ton.
A lot. Back and forth, looking at different dudes. Ron the Don is in the house. What is up, my friend? $10 in chat. Yeah, I'm busting the room with the GBO. TGIF, fellas. Let's go. Another 12-hour day done. Good to see Dorothy. What's up?
There we go.
Good to see Ron the Don in the chat. You know, this is a watch party and not one single person came on but us. I told Tom that. I sent Tom a message. I was like, hey, man, you want to jump on with us? He's like, yeah, I'm down. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be us. That's a bomb, boys. It's a tie ball game.
Damn, he's fired up. I love that. That's
tie
awesome.
ball game. Let's go.
Nice hit. Way to keep your head down through the zone.
So, Boogie, when you told me I was going to get a chance to get in on that film breakdown, of course I was watching them from the top down, right? And I watched David Sanders and I said, well, yeah, of course he's the #1 prospect in the country for a reason. And then I watched Josh Petty's, and then I watched Jalen Matthews, and then I found Juan Gaston. And no offense to anybody on the list, you know, I love Jalen Matthews, and he came on the show. He's going to be a great addition at UT if he signs on and becomes part of the family. But then I saw Juan Gaston's film, and dude is underrated. I'm so sorry to see that he's kind of possibly tilting in the direction of the enemy, the second most evil group of people on the face of the planet. But I saw his film and I said, man, he's going to be a 5-star by the end of his senior year. He really is.
Yeah,
he's
probably.
Good God. But yeah, I watched a lot of film and that was nice.
Chat's yelling at me because I missed there was a runner on base. 5-4. Good guys are on top. Jackie Pickle for 2.
Oh, nice.
So sorry, Tom, but my money is on Coach Rice.
Of course, I'm the underdog. Yeah.
I think this one's going to be fun because Coach Jay always comes in as the favorite. But look, y'all got your hands full. We've done a lot of film breakdowns together. It's going to be fun to see what happens with Tom and Coach Rice.
There you go. Yeah, it's I Miss J asked me the other day. She was like, "Who's gonna win?" I was like, "Crap if I know, man."
I have no idea.
I was like, Tom came out swinging in ours. Coach Rice came out swinging in ours. I had the rematch with Coach Rice. I hit him with the rehydration clause and and cheated and knocked him out early because I didn't want to have to deal with it again with Coach Rice. But then Tom came out swinging. I was like, damn, man. So I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, two great matches.
Runner on third, nobody out.
And one shiny.
Wasn't your first showdown with Coach Rice? That was the one that was close, right?
It was super close.
It
was super close. Me and Tom were super close, and then I pulled away late. But yeah, Coach Rice, and then I'll still say it like I'll as much as I don't like it. You go back to that first video in the after comments. Coach Rice probably beat me in that one if you went back and retallied. Yeah, I got beat in the mail-in ballot on that one.
Man, I wish more people
that was
watched.
a good one.
I wish more people would tune into the film break because so much work goes into them. You guys do so much work, and they're fun. It's just fun, man. And again, it's like this. It's community. We got over 100 people watching live right now as the baseball team cooking. We're cooking here in the top of the 8th. Smash the thumbs up for us. We would appreciate it. Share this thing out. Let's get some people in here. Yeah, we talk all things Tennessee throughout the night. We've had a good time. We talked Funko Pops. We've talked boxing. We've talked we talked about everything. I love it, man. These are what build the community.
We haven't talked food or women or beer yet. So
food, women, and beer.
We're going to talk about personalities. Who has a good personality? That's what we talk about on Tuesday nights.
Mean so and so. Nobody likes me.
Yeah. And then earlier I said we was going to get into some rap beef, like saying Drake versus Kendrick.
Oh yeah.
That's been a toss. All right, so Tom, do you listen to a lot of hip hop? Is that your genre?
On this note, I'm going to go take a piss and get some ice.
Not really. If I do, I listen to old. Who is it? The old group that had the guy that had the little chain around his neck, and he had the Viking helmet with Ice Cube and all them. Who's that? From back in the day.
Was that Ice-T?
Ice-T?
No, was it Ice-T? No, I feel like that's wrong.
Yeah, Public Enemy.
Oh no! Yeah, that was the guy who wore the clock around his neck. What was his name?
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav. There you go. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, if you would have said clock, I would have been like, okay, I know who you're talking about.
My buddy used to have that loaded up in the deck all the time. I mean, we would listen to that kind of stuff. But no, I mean, I usually listen to real old music, and nobody else except my old lady likes my kind of music. They always make fun of me. I listen to stuff that's like 80 or 100 years old. Have you either one of y'all ever heard of Jimmy Rogers? He's like the grandfather of country music.
I know who he is.
I think I've heard of the name, but I don't think I would probably know a song.
I like old music. I get down on some old jams.
If you like that kind of thing, that
old school country, old school blues, Howlin' Wolf, stuff like that. I get down on some old stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt.
Oh yeah, with me, man, like I said, I could do, like I said, a little bit of like rock. I'm not real big into country like that. As far as like rock, I like old school rock, like Metallica, little AC/DC, Led Zeppelin. I can get into that kind of group of it. But then but as far as like this rap beef goes, man, it's gotta go to K-Dot. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like I do like Drake. I mean, I love Drake. I love his music and stuff like that. But as far as like rap beef goes, I mean, dude, it's just I also like lyricists. That's what I like. Even like Eminem. I'm a big Eminem fan. Like,
Eminem's sick.
Oh yeah, love Eminem.
Hey X, have you heard any of Coast Contra stuff? Do you know who they are?
I think I've heard of them, but I don't think I've heard of any good stuff.
Yeah, check. They've got a couple good ones. Never Freestyle. Check out that one. They kind of have like a Wu-Tang vibe, but just sick lyric. They're good, man. It's all substance. It's good. I really like it. Man, Tennessee's bats coming alive here. Putting us back up. Putting Vanderbilt in that Kentucky list. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. X, do you like the Yin Yang Twins? I saw them here in my
Yeah.
hometown. So
Awesome.
the college here that I grew up next to, there's two of them, Longwood University and Hampton Sydney College. But they always have their spring weekends on different weekends, and the Yin Yang Twins came one weekend. That was really fun.
Okay, because yeah, and the Yin Yang Twins, they actually came up to where I'm at, but this was probably about 5, 6 years ago. Because my homeboy, yeah, he went to go see him perform and stuff, and he actually got a picture with him and stuff. It was pretty cool. And then it's
Cool.
funny, and then he also met Genuine. Genuine came up here, and
That's
I
funny.
was like, I mean, I dig it, you know, Genuine. I like listening to a little bit of Genuine. So, but yeah, and then of course when Boogie comes back, you know, Boogie's era is like I says is Pac, Biggie, you know, I say
My
of course,
era too.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you got to go old school, and then like I'll listen to NWA every once in a while, and then also
Sure.
love Ice Cube, Dr. Dre. It's just like hip hop, man. I just love hip hop, man. Like
Sure.
I could talk about it for hours with
Yeah.
you know, and hours.
Absolutely.
I used to listen to some Wayne too. He was when he
Man,
put out
I
the
grew up with Lil Wayne, man. Listen, I'm talking about
Number 3 album.
the
Yeah.
Carter and No Ceilings. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's my buddy's favorite. He absolutely is Dre and Wayne, definitely.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because Lil Wayne, man, yeah, he
Who
was
did
up
who did My Leather's So Soft? That's like his favorite song of all time, and that's a jam.
hold on.
And it's not the original, it's the other one. It's that featuring somebody or another. That's a good
It's
tune.
Birdman, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah. And then,
Well, I guess I am a fan then. I guess I
So
could
I take that back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I wish I could highlight your all super chats. I'll make sure Boogie catches Ron the Don and Wade and Jackie Pickle when he jumps back in. Because did we hit another one? And another one.
oh yeah, these bats are coming alive.
By the way, thank you, Ron the Don. I appreciate you telling me I brought the heat, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'd like to see Ron break down something, man. Just because
Who?
I love Ron's energy. I'd love to see him do a film breakdown because his energy's just killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome to see. Boogie, I don't know if you can go back in time and catch up on super chats.
Yeah,
but you had Wayne, Ron the Don, Jackie Pickle, and Tennessee putting Vanderbilt on the Kentucky list.
Yeah.
Let's see. The last one I hit, I already hit this one, right? Yeah. Jackie for 2 said, I just rubbed salt in the wound.
Oh, yeah. We got
Ron
that
the
one.
Don! I love me some Ron the Don for 10. Tom, you were awesome in the film breakdown. You brought the greased up elbows with Macho Man flair, but Coach J hit you with the Tojo Yamamoto Tiger Claw to the belly. And that was it.
Yeah.
Way to go, Tom. That is an epic reference. Wayne for 5, you say Tuesdays are weird. I went upstairs and I had to piss and get some ice because I got to finish off this booze. And I told my wife, I was like, every time we do a watch party, I'm always like, I don't really want to do this. Like, I don't like, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to do? And then I get on and it's like, it's me, Tom, Coach J, and X hanging out. That's it. Like, I feel like we're not even on YouTube. We're just hanging out and having a good time. So, yeah, Wayne, watch parties maybe get a little weird. Jackie Pickle for 5, agreeing with Ron the Don. Rocky Top had Coach J on the ropes, but Coach hit him with the haymaker. Are they saying you're the chosen one, Coach J?
I don't have a cool 8-ball t-shirt, though. I got an awesome belt, though. That's good.
You got an awesome belt. It's not even in sight. What do you?
I'm going to hit you with another Bronx.
Wait. Has Mrs. Coach J took you down? She's just wearing. She's just rocking the belt.
No, she's texting me right now. She's probably listening to this. Yes, I fed the damn cats, Miss J. All right, the cats are fed. All right, the cats are fed. Don't worry. And yes, I do want some bourbon if you're going to the store. All right.
Ooh, yeah.
Four
now
Roses?
moving on.
Is it Four Roses?
I do like me some Four Roses.
I saw some at the liquor store the other day and almost bought some.
Woo. That's good stuff right there.
I tell y'all, you come spend the night at Casa de la Boogie I'll have some
Dude.
4 Roses for you in the
There
cabinet.
you
Don't worry.
go. There you
I'll-
go.
We'll drink some booze.
Up
we'll
to
smoke
the ante. I'm
smoke some
down.
cigars. It'll be good times, man.
There
Guess
you
what?
go.
We're gonna go live, and y'all gonna see the dungeon, but it's gonna be Coach Jay sitting in the chair. It's gonna be so
There
much
you
fun.
go.
Spoiler alert.
It'll throw
spoiler
some
alert.
Go.
What about some Knob Creek? You like Knob Creek rye?
I do like
Yes,
some
I
Knob
love
Creek.
some Knob Creek.
They have some good rye.
Have you guys ever had a old card table?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's kind of hard to find. It's awesome though. It's super good.
Is it bourbon or rye?
It's bourbon,
Oh, okay.
and it's just got like an old dusty card table on the label, and it says old card table. It says like 2 sips and you fold over or something. It's got some old expression like
I
that.
say, Coach, what
on
you
the
trying
bottle,
to make
but
us
it's
drink,
super
man?
good. I'm gonna get you. Watch out.
Like 2 sips and you're gonna fold. Like
That's
what?
right. Yeah.
I like rye if you're drinking it straight. I think
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
got that taste, that bite, that taste to it.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
bourbon. I like bourbon if you're gonna mix it with a little Coke Zero.
Correct.
Yup.
Yeah, anything
my
sweet
dad-
and bourbon goes together.
My dad tells me, you're gonna ruin 2 drinks, son. You're ruining Coke Zero and you're ruining bourbon.
Yeah.
I would tell him about what happened with Jack and Coke. I mean, that's just the classic combo right there.
That is a good one.
I'm not a big Jack fan. Like it's
Not
all
a big
right.
Jack fan.
I like Bullet, man. Bullet. I love
Bullet's
Bullet.
good.
Yeah,
It's so
Bullet is
good,
good.
man. Yep, Elijah Herring off to Memphis. What a stupid decision. Buffalo
That's where he
Trace.
went, Memphis.
Buffalo Trace, really good. Yeah. So you're going from I want to be the starter. You could have been in the 2 deep, man. You could have made a lot of plays. You're gonna go be the starter at Memphis. All right, man.
Interesting.
Tyler Barron's not starting anywhere right now. He's done left 2 places. I don't even think he moved into Louisville, had he?
Where's he going back to now? Is he going back to Ole Miss now?
No, he's just in the
Did
portal.
he-
He's not gone anywhere.
Oh, he's just in the portal.
Yeah. He's up in the air.
Yeah.
And you know
Interesting.
what? I swear he had a little bit of a speed and quickness type of issue, but as far as his effort and everything, he could have been a heck of a football player for us this year.
Dude, he was second. He was second on the team in sacks last year.
Yeah.
Like so many people hated on him, and I get it. Maybe he wasn't elite. He's not James Pierce, but the dude made some plays, man.
Yeah, dude made some
I
big
wanted
plays.
him back. I wanted him back big time.
I did too. I did too.
Pissed when he left.
Yeah.
Why would you leave? You're playing for Rodney G. Don't leave. Yeah, I know.
Because you're not
gratification.
You're not gonna, if you're Tyler Barron, you're not gonna make money playing defensive tackle in the NFL. So you have to go to the edge, but you're not fast enough to play edge at Tennessee. And,
So you go somewhere where you can. Yeah.
So you got to go somewhere where you can. That's the problem. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So yeah, which sucks, but true nevertheless. So it's just one of those weird predicament things to me. I kind of hope he goes to Miami so he can help them beat Florida the first game of the year, though.
True.
I think that first early loss is.
You think he can go to
is
Miami
good.
though?
I thought I heard that he was hearing from them and Ole Miss again. That's what I thought I heard.
Ole
but
Miss wouldn't
maybe
surprise me.
Ole Miss, yeah, because Lane's been tearing it up.
The transfer portal kings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
what
it'd be interesting to see where he goes.
I
It's like I
love
feel
what
like
Hicken's doing
I feel
right
like
now.
Lane. I feel like just Lane just be watching our games and hoping he's like, please hit the portal before I can get you. Please hit the portal before I can get you. And he's like, hey, you want to come? You want to come to Ole Miss? You know,
Yep.
Dude, he flew to Knoxville. He flew to Knoxville to talk to Tyler Barron.
Oh,
Meet
see, I
him
didn't
at
even
the
know that.
airport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he posted pictures from the airport.
Little CIA meeting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Like,
I hate Lane Kiffin. I swear, if he had stayed at UT, can y'all just even imagine if things had gone decently?
We
Can
would
you
have
just-
a natty.
Yeah, by now,
I'm
with
just
the
being honest. We
things
would have a natty.
that he's learned over the last 15 years or so. How long has it been since he left? 15, 18 years?
Come on, Tom. You've been watching Locked On Vols.
Oh,
that's what I said Monday. I think he was immature when he left Tennessee. He went to USC, had everything he could possibly want at his fingertips, but he was young. And he struggled and he failed. Yeah. And then guess what? He grew up and he went and he coached at Alabama under Nick Saban, and he learned and he grew, and now I think he's a freaking good coach, man. I actually like Lane Kiffin. I like him.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta love to hate him, and not just that. Of course, knock on wood. I'm not saying anything's gonna happen to Josh Heupel. He's not leaving or nothing like that. But if Lane was to come back, I'd take him back. I would.
If Lane Kiffin had came here when they hired Heupel, I would have loved it. I would have loved it.
Yeah.
I'd have burned every bit of Tennessee, everything that I had. I'd have taken my ticket stubs.
Don't tell me you'll be like Big Ball Daddy.
I still have my ticket stubs from my first game against Georgia in '93. I would absolutely just burn all of it. My sweatshirts, my hats, my pictures, all of it. Because that dude is a third, if at least not more than that, of the reason that we went through the dark times that we just came out of with Coach Heupel.
You can probably go watch the series Follow the Vols. It's right here on the Talkin VAWLS network. But it's because you fired Fulmer and then you brought in Lane Kiffin and he left after a year. You were so far behind because of that. You can't have a coach come in for 1 year in the SEC and survive it.
And Ed Orgeron's like a half the other reason, because he got all those other kids not to enroll so that they'd commit and don't enroll, because if you enroll, then you got to go. And then got all of them to go out there. That was to Coach Jay's secret favorite team. No, I'm just kidding, Coach Jay.
I mean, it's just kind of it's
true. He choked there though. Yeah. He choked hard there. I mean, you guys, Tennessee fans, think they got frustrated with the bubble screen last year. You should have heard Trojan fans. I mean, we didn't throw the bubble screen last year once compared to how much Lane threw that bubble screen that year at USC. I mean, we didn't throw it once compared to that. He threw it every other play, and usually 8-9 times in a row. I mean, he had nothing. He just had nothing to offer him.
Hey, at that point, line up under center with a fullback and run it off tackle. You know,
sounds like a Tuesday night.
Yeah. Or good counter gap scheme.
By the way, we're heading to the 9th inning. Good guys on top, 8-4. We got 100 and some people watching live. That's amazing. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We don't cover baseball full time here. We don't pretend to do that. We don't cover basketball. We talk Tennessee football all day, every day. 365. That's what we do here. But we like to have watch parties, build the community. If you're a member of the Watch Party Enthusiast tier, it's the highest paid tier on the Talkin VAWLS network. You got the link. It's on the community tab. You can come on here. You can be hanging out with us. I don't know where Papa Jay's at. I don't know where Cody's at. I don't know where all those watch party. I think Seth. Poor Seth. God love his heart. He never comes on the channel anymore. He never comes in the chat anymore. He got an opportunity to do a post-game show. He stared at the screen for 2 hours straight, and then he disappeared.
He came to the orange and white games with us, though.
Poor Seth. Poor Seth. You guys, appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the watch party. Good guys on top. We'll watch this 9th inning, see what happens. Got a lot of fun content coming your way. Again, Tom versus Coach Rice, film breakdowns coming your way. We're going to be doing a live commitment coming up on the 21st, I think it is. And Tony Aguimoro, interior offensive lineman. Feel like Tennessee's in a good spot there. We're going to be covering that live. Myself, Coach Jay, Coach Rice are going to be on hand for that. Tons of commitments coming in June. Dude, my entire calendar's full. I feel like every other day I send Coach Jay a text and I say, oh, by the way, this kid's committing on this day. This commit's committing on that day. We got to get ready to live stream all of these commitments. So make sure you guys are dialed in. We're covering recruiting full steam ahead. So get ready. It's going to be I get it. May sucks. May is slow. June is going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff to talk about in June and July as well. And then, man, football season's right around the corner. But appreciate you guys hanging out with us for this baseball game. Smash the thumbs up. You can share out the link, all that fun stuff. If you don't have a Power T beside your name, you can fix that. Go hit the join button for $1. Best decision you'll ever make. All three of these dudes joined the channel, came on fan call-in shows, and now I make them work. So if you want to do a little work, hit that join button. All right, enough plugs and shields.
That's the best dollar I ever started spending a month. I can tell you.
Go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because I don't need the Dollar Shave Club, as you can see. I don't have anything going on here on my chin. So,
Dollar Shave Club is actually a good deal. I don't have anything either. But
no, I need it.
Dollar Shave Club is like you will save so much money instead of going and buying Gillette. Dollar Shave Club is a good deal, man. The shave butter's a little weird the first time you use it, like because it's not like foam. It's like what am I smearing on my face? Shout out Dollar Shave Club. Where's my advertisement?
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Like, seriously though, it'll save you
$20.
I mean, what's the shave your ball company? Shave your balls. What is it?
Manscaped.
Yes,
they're sponsoring everyone, man.
I can't believe I just said that on air, but hey, we're 2.5 hours in. They hit me up. They hit me up and emailed me. And I was like, if you're going to make me talk about shaving that, you're going to have to pay me.
Did you see Kaner talking about it for the first time ever?
Oh, does he have one?
Dude, it was it was a couple videos ago, and you could tell he felt so damn awkward when he was like reading the obvious pitch that they gave him to read. He was struggling.
Dude,
struggling to make it.
I emailed him back and I said, if you're going to make me do this, you're going to pay me. And they said, this is what we recommend. I said, go ahead and double it. And then they never responded. And I said, all right, good. I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, because honestly, I've been seeing other like YouTubers and reactors. They're sponsoring their stuff too. So
Black Metal Banjo, Kaner, and that dang Monopoly Go. Dude, I've seen a lot of people eating Kaner alive because of all of his advertisements. It's not his fault, man. It's Locked On. Like he's working for Locked On. He doesn't have any control over that. He's got to do what he's got to do.
He has to say,
and I try to balance it, man. Like, look, I want to support local Knoxville companies, and that's something I'm going to maybe look at next year. But I don't want our live streams to be flooded with 17 advertisements, like one per show. Is like it, and I want it to be local Knoxville businesses. I don't want it to be Manscaped, or I've gotten so many emails from these big corporations that go and they look at, YouTube channels. Oh, you got 25,000 subscribers. We'll hit you up. No, not unless you're going to pay me a lot of money.
Facts.
Yep.
Or at least get a small percentage or something.
And that's why I don't, people like, it's so exhausting when you go watch like an hour live stream and they put advertisements every 5 minutes. I will not, I'm going to play ads at the beginning and at the end, but I'm not going to make you guys sit through advertisements for a 2-hour show every 5 minutes. I hate that. Screw that. I will never do that ever.
I've got a bunch of records down in the basement of like Brown family singing country classics, or Hank Williams doing the Mother's Best Flower Hour and all that kind of thing. That is fun advertisements because they worked it into the show to where it was fun. And they would make jokes off of it, or they'd figure out ways to talk about it as part of the banter, back and forth between whoever's playing the music. But yeah, I wonder if Mother's Best Flower is still around, or at least Martha White or something like that. I'll hook you up with Martha White contract there. Martha White muffin mix.
Martha White
muffin mix.
Yeah, man. So have any of y'all ever listened to Rhonda Vincent? She's a hell of a mandolin player. Bluegrass.
I love me some mandolin.
Country music.
I probably have. I'm just not placing it.
They sponsor her. She's got a Martha White touring bus.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're talking country. How about that Beyonce country album?
That's not country.
I want to see the.
Get him out of here.
No, Boogie, you missed it. We could have got X to do the TikTok dance to the Beyonce song.
Nah, I ain't got no TikTok.
And then we can.
Nah, I don't fall into that. I don't.
Jamal, I guarantee you, Jamal's probably dancing on TikTok to Beyonce right now.
Yep.
That's all that dude does. I'm like, Jamal, what are you doing? They're telling you to learn how to put your hand in the dirt, and he's out there going. He's just dancing, but Jamal got moves, man. Jamal's got some moves.
Got some moves.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, nah, Coach, I don't fall into that TikTok track. And honestly, when's it supposed to be banned? Because the government's been trying to ban it for 2 years now, maybe even 3.
All right. Heading to the
I
bottom
just
of the
accepted
night.
the fact that China's spying on me. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I don't either. What? Good,
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
man. You see me looking up. You gonna spy on me looking up recruiting
I'm not that
news?
exciting.
Enjoy it.
Happy
Enjoy it.
guys, come on.
I'm looking up what a 17-year-old is thinking about in his college career. Enjoy it, bro. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're 3 outs away from a dub, continuing the winning streak over Vanderbilt.
Yes,
man.
indeed.
Love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
All the haters can't hate on us tonight, Coach Jay.
Mm-mm.
Hey, at least we didn't do a softball today, man. I know they had a great season and they still got the tournament to go and everything, but I was so depressed that they lost to LSU the other day. We do have a pretty good looking pitcher that we started, though. I can't remember her name. She's very good looking.
Be careful. Be careful. One of my really good friends that I've worked with forever, her daughter is on the softball team, so you can't talk about can't talk about the softball players. She's not a pitcher. She's not a pitcher.
Has anybody seen our starting soccer lineup then?
Yeah, I don't know any soccer players. So
I don't know any soccer
go
players.
Hey, have you seen our Lady Vols basketball coach?
Yes.
Ask
Kim
him.
Caldwell. Yeah.
I'm gonna start putting her on my thumbnails because they get 10,000 views when you put her face on thumbnails.
I leave for 2 seconds and we start talking about communist kickball. Come on, guys. Come on.
And to be honest, though, I heard that she's been tearing it up on the recruiting trail too. So
I could not care less. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna be one of these dudes pretending to cover Lady Vols basketball because Kim Caldwell's hot. I'm not gonna do it.
No.
A lot of other people are doing it because they know she's hot and she pulls views. Not gonna do it.
I just want Kim Caldwell to bring the Lady Vols back to the statures of winning championships. That's all I care about.
Yes. At least getting to the Final Four.
Right.
And doing it well, you know? Like we were talking about a few years ago with Coach Heupel. Oh, I really hope this is going to be the guy that's going to pull us back. All right, well, instead of thinking that he's going to pull us back, at least let's be competitive in the games that we ought to be, you know? And then that translated into year 2, we win the Orange Bowl. You know, that's going to be one of the greatest turnaround stories. It really is. 30 years, 40 years from now, we're all going to look back on this and we're going to tell our great.
Oh no, is Coach Rice here?
I
guess we're not going to tell our great grandkids it. I guess they'll never know. Sorry,
See,
Tom.
look at the comments. Nobody's talking about Lady Vols basketball. They're talking about how hot Kim Caldwell is.
It's like, I know, guys.
Personalities.
And it's like, guys, I know she's a very beautiful woman. We get that, but no, I care about winning for the Lady Vols because let's be real.
Lies.
Tennessee basketball.
Lies.
The only thing relevant with Tennessee basketball was the Lady Vols. Like I said, when we had forgot her name. My mind just went blank.
Pat Summit. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. God,
telling me to get out of here. I say his camera just froze up. Bro.
Yeah, but at least he knows who Pat Summit is.
I say I just had a mind fart. You have mind farts all the time, bro.
I know I do, but I'm old. You're young. You're young.
No, don't throw that age card with me, bro.
It's true, bro. My wife's like, I just told you last night, and I'm like, but I don't remember. I don't remember anything you said last night.
Yeah,
Tom returns.
Yeah.
Throw that age card with me, bro. Get out of here.
Grandkids. Okay, Tom, grandkids. What are we telling our grandkids?
Coach
the X doesn't know who's Pat Summit is.
Yeah. Hey, my stepdad and I used to travel out to Knoxville just to watch women's basketball. I mean, the men's basketball was a joke. The football team started to kind of let us down around 2001, 2002. Then by about 2003, it became a serious joke that we were starting to really underperform. So we started going to women's basketball games.
Yeah.
I saw Candace Parker play twice. I mean, that was something else.
Yeah, no, that's a goat. That's a goat.
Yeah.
All right, we're 2 outs away, 1-2 count. Here we go. 8-4 good guys. I love that we own Vanderbilt in baseball now. Makes me so happy, man. It's like owning Kentucky in basketball, right?
Yep.
Popped him up.
Coach Barnes.
Oh, we got room. We got room. All right, 1 out away. 1 out away. Let's go, boys.
You know, General Nealon was hired at Tennessee with the express order of beating Vanderbilt in football because Vanderbilt used to be that good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
and he did that.
Thing about baseball, man, and I know we're talking about a winning streak, like game winning streak. All you got to do is win the series. Take 2 out of 3 every weekend, and you're going to be fine.
Agree.
There's something going on with my internet. I know I got disconnected from here a minute ago, and there's something going on with this thing. I'm probably going to lose service here in just a second.
You look like you're there's the single to center field. You look like you're in a hotel room. You got those blinds behind you.
Yeah.
Although, says the dude that's got just a barren wasteland behind him, just a bunch of white walls. And all
it's like you're in the Hollywood pool. Yeah.
Dude, my videos, I hate it. Every time I record a video, I'm like, my background is garbage. it's so awful.
The boom room is gone.
I made some progress, though, man. The floors are almost done at the new house. I've got all the arcades ready to go. I got to start. I got my desk together. Still got to finish off the walls. I told my wife, I said, we're dying in this house. If we sell this house, whoever comes in and has to peel all this foam soundproofing off the wall, like it sticks to the wall. It doesn't come off. When you rip, it just shreds. It shreds. I'm like, it's going to be a night. It's going to be a nightmare. Whoever gets this house after us,
That's
good luck.
Nice.
Good luck. It's going to be a nightmare.
We win. Sorry to spoil it.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Well, already?
Yep.
That's game.
I got a 1-1 count.
Oh, my internet went from horrible to
it says right there. It says on the thing, end of the ninth. I've got a 1-1 count. I'm a long way away.
I got a 1-2 count.
You should bet on the end of the game if there's still a line open.
Can I do it now? Quick. It's a 1-2 count. Can I go ahead and place a bet?
My buddy, so a friend of mine from school, he was a few years behind us. We were watching the Alabama game, we were listening to it down at the lake, and he texted me and he said, I put $20 on Jalen Hyatt to get a 5th touchdown. And sure enough, he hit on it.
There you go. That's a good bet.
All right, boys, we're out the door, man. We got 126 people watching. That's a huge number for a watch party. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Mrs. Coach J is home, so it's time to wrap this thing up, smoke a cigar, maybe drink some Four Roses. Who knows what's going to happen?
She got Maker's Mark. I got
okay.
Is she wearing the championship belt, or do you have it?
Nah, she's not wearing the championship belt.
That's after the Maker's Mark.
I won't tell you what she's wearing.
God, I don't know if I ever want that belt back, to be honest with you. I don't know what's happened in that household. All right, boys, we're gonna wrap it up. Look, quick announcement. NCAA night's moving for the rest of the month, probably to Thursday night, but I'll let you guys know 100%. Probably going to move it to Thursday night. We got a live commitment on Tuesday. We've got some adoption stuff coming up that we've got to do on Tuesdays as well. Probably going to move it to Thursday night, but I will let you guys know for sure. But make note of that. Make sure you're tuned in, dialed in. Make sure you subscribe. Click the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. Go join the channel. You can do it for $1. Hit the join button right over there beside subscribe. But for Coach J, for Rocky Top Tom, for the X Factor, my name's Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. It's been a fun night. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Go Big Orange.
That we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and